which Joe Logano, our champion, said something is going to catch you off guard here. Larson said, all right, está bien, we are a go. Bienvenidos a todos a esta transmisión en vivo. Bienvenidos, everybody. It is time for race 16 of 36 as NASCAR's best are south of the border as NASCAR heads to Mexico City, Mexico for the Viva la Mexico 250. 37 NASCAR's best for the first time in Cup Series history. They're racing outside of the U.S. in Mexico City, Mexico at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez Stadium. This is going to be a very interesting race here as we are south of the border. Hometown driver Daniel Suarez is looking to sweep the weekend as he won the Xfinity Series yesterday, and he's looking to complete that tradition in front of the hometown crowd in Mexico City. He's got a pack of hungry drivers that he's got to battle to do so. And on the pole, rookie Shane Van Gisbergen, no surprise there, the road course specialist on the pole for today's race. So this is going to be interesting, I'll say the least, as we saw yesterday in the Xfinity Series, with a lot of action and drama, and a hometown driver getting the win. Will we see the same today in the Cup Series? That's yet to be determined. But we're about to go racing for the Cup Series turn. For the first time in Cup Series history in the modern era, they're racing outside of the U.S., south of the border. So we'll see what happens. Kyle, do you think you can win since you won the last time NASCAR raced in Mexico in 2008? Fuck you! That was the Xfinity Series! This is the Cup Series! What do you think? Rain is not there yet, but it is on the way. Yeah, I heard it's possibly going to rain there in Mexico City, but they got rain tires. They got rain tires here in Mexico City, so we might see some rain racing. That's yet to be determined if the weather changes, but we'll see. Sorry. Road courses are difficult. It's on the way. Do you pit? Do you stay out? And do you make the right decision? Ty, you're starting fourth. Grandpa, why am I not up front? Ty, you're up front. All right, here we go for the command. Mexico City, here to deliver the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome today's Grand Marshal, NASCAR Hall of Famer and Vice Chairman of Henry Jeff Gordon. Ciudad de Mexico, necesito que hagan ruido, porque vamos a presentar al Grand Marshal, nada más y nada menos. Él es Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon, come on now. Crank them up, gang! Crank them up! Great command, Jeff Gordon. Third, the engines roar to life in Mexico City. Vamos, amigos, vamos! As we're about to go racing for the first time in the Cup Series history, the Viva Mexico 250 from Mexico City coming up. Today's race will be official at lap 45 instead of 50. Will it? That's 5 laps shy of halfway, but if you say so. Yeah, because of the end of stage 2 is lap 45. But I'm guessing you're saying after they finish the stage caution at the end of stage 2, that'll be official. Maybe. But that's just me. Okay. Grandpa, can I have the number 19? Ty, you're sticking with the 54. Stop asking those stupid questions. Imagine Suarez's Xfinity Mexico win diecast. Oh my gosh, that would be so epic. Because it was basically a primary car since Suarez wrecked his. It was basically a test car that Suarez ran yesterday since he wrecked his primary Quaker State car. I love being in the background during the Mexico anthem. I can't wait to race in a different country since I spun out Ty Dillon in Canada in 2013. It's going to be a great experience. Alright, and the cars are rolling as we go into the starting lineup. Rookie Shane Van Gisbergen, the road course specialist on the pole. And next to him, Ryan Preece. And in row 2, Ross Chastain. Great qualifying run in starting third. Next to Ty Grandpa Gibbs. Then row 3 got Michael McDowell, who won the Indy Road Course in 2023, alongside Kyle Larson. In row 4, you got Todd Gilliland and also AJ Allmendinger, another road course ringer, starting in the 8th spot. Rounding out the top 10 positions, Joey Logano and the hometown driver Daniel Suarez, looking to sweep the weekend in front of the hometown fans.
Do not feel well. They were able to get some medicine for SVG before he climbed in the car. But he got to the car very late, and clearly a sickness. Cut it out for the laps here in Mexico City today.
Saying that SVG's not feeling well? You gotta keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, back to the starting grid. In row 6, you got Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. 7 road course wins, but none in the next gen area. Now row 7 got Josh Berry and Eric Jones. Row 3 got Riley Herbst and Christopher Buescher, who won at Watkins Glen last year in 2024. Then you got Justin Haley and Ryan Blaney rounding out row 9. And rounding out the top 20 positions, Chase Briscoe, yikes, and Austin Cindric rounding out the top 20.
Chase Elliott is a driver we cannot forget or count out on a road course. 7 wins, leads the field of drivers all time.
Yes, 7 road course wins for Chase Elliott. Has the has like the best average finish on road courses, but he hasn't had that much success since the last time he won on a road course, which was Road America in 2021. He's looking to turn that around. Row 11 got Austin Dillon and Tyler Reddick. Not so good qualifying run for Reddick in 22nd. Then got Carson Hocevar and Zane Smith running out row 12. Row 13 has Bubba Wallace and Cole Custer. William Byron deep in the field running up row 14 and somebody else. Then got Alex Bowman and Brad Keselowski. Yikes, deep in the field for those guys. Confident? Hocevar says he's confident? Okay. Okay, William Byron's next to Ty Dillon. Okay. Then row 16, Christopher Bell. Not so good qualifying run either for Bell, alongside John Hunter Nemechek. Then got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and it's Cody Ware. Then Noah Gregson, who wrecked during practice. He's in the backup car. And Ryan Truex in the number 11, subbing for Denny Hamlin, who's not racing today for the birth of his third child. And rounding out the field, in her second Cup start, I believe, Catherine Legg. A long run car that Christopher Bell has. So we'll see what happens since he's starting deep in the field.
This year, talk about so much how good he was early in the campaign. Now we get to our track facts brought to you by Subway.
2.42 miles in length, 15 turns on this road course. Longest straight, 3,937 feet from turn 15 to turn 1. Elevation, 7,315 feet above sea level. Wow. Hey, Jeff Gordon, fan 24.
Long straightaway, another difficult braking zone at the end here into turn 4. You got a sweeper, pretty simple corner to get through once you're in it, and then you got a very difficult switchback of 5, 6, 7. Through those corners, one after the other perfectly to set you up for a passing zone into the braking of turn 11. That is a very difficult corner. You can make a lot of mistakes there. You can also
pretty sure a lot of action will take place in that stadium section. Where turns 12, 13, and 14 are.
Really fun racetrack. The drivers are having a lot of fun with the challenges. One of the best every time we come to a new venue or anytime on the road. Kyle Larson starting 6 today. Marty with us, appreciate. Yeah, there's so much strategy to play out today here out of Mexico City as some raindrops I see here on pit road. Cliff Daniels, how do you
way more grueling than Las Vegas and Bristol combined. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to take it as it comes. And
yep.
Of rain, you know, being a straightforward 2-stop race, but that looks a little different now. So we had to do a lot of work to our Valvoline Chevy, you know, just trying to get a hold of the tractor practice. But I think we're in a better spot now.
And I think the cars, the cars are now going down pit road to test their pit speeds.
Right, Steve, I think Cliff said it. It's not going to be straightforward. It's never straightforward for you crew chiefs, is it? No, never straightforward.
That was Montreal, Jeff Gordon, fan 24. That was Montreal in 2007, I think. Yeah, 2007 at Montreal.
Remember now, if you're tuning in for your first time, this rain shower will not cancel the race on the road courses. These cars are equipped with wet weather equipment. They have these flaps behind the rear tires to help us spray. They have run lights. We also have wet weather tires, so these drivers will continue to radio in as we go around the circuit. Decide. So far, I still think it's good for dries. You know, you talk about the wet.
Yep, there's the wet weather tires. I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing a lot of drivers be using that as the race progresses.
It exaggerates the advantage for those drivers that are so good at this style of racing.
Everything is going to exaggerate the advantage because of the challenges. So we talk a lot about the elevation. I think the person at home can understand that, hey, when you just can't get a big breath of fresh air, it hurts your lungs, you can't run as fast. Well, the cars as well. The elevation affects them dramatically. Let's go into the prime garage and take a look. It starts with the aero effects. Thick air pushes down, a lot of downforce, and also heavy drag. The car has to come through that thick air. Well, as we bend the air up, the downforce goes down, the drag goes down, so it's faster down the straightaways. But let's go under the hood and talk about the other real big effects. Two that jump out. One, the air going into the engine. But my concern would be the air going into the brakes. This high out not cool very well. This thinner air, you try to get as much as you can in, but if your driver does not take care of them, these brakes are going to overheat. The pedal is going to fade, and you're just going to have no overall stopping power. So basically, a little less power, a little less downforce, less drag, and less cooling. So
A lot of downforce, reduced drag, and reduced cooling for the brakes and engine. That's going to be something to take notice of during this race.
Losing brakes in just a 12-lap run. Yeah, having the pedal fade, that's just very, very new, and it shows just how serious this condition can be today. Back down to Marty. Adam, we mentioned
Going through the S's, and I think the lights are out on the pace car, so we should be going green this time by. Yep, the lights are out.
He said, yes, I think it's fine. Let's throw the green.
I'm with him. Let's go. I'm ready.
I was just saying, I know. I don't want to wait any longer. We got here on Thursday.
And they're coming through the stadium section behind the pace car one last time. Coming into turn 11. Oh, man. Yep, a great crowd on hand at the stadium. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez.
The scene here is amazing. You can just feel the electricity.
All right, here we go. Here we go, folks. Pace car's on pit road. The crowd is on its feet. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get a vamos, amigos, in the chat. Vamos, boys. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing in Mexico City. Viva la Mexico. Down the long front straightaway, there goes Ross Chastain, not wasting any time as they brake hard going into the first corner.
Jumping up behind his teammate. Van Gisbergen the advantage in turn 1, 2, 3. 3 and 4 wide.
And out with the advantage, SVG, no surprise. Oh, already one car through the grass. That's Carson Hocevar.
Why am I not surprised? Hocevar was the first one off track today. We know he's going to get out.
Gets it back going straight. Now going into turn 4, as everybody's still jostling for position. Whoa. Now through the treacherous, through the tough S's there. Everybody's trying to get single file. Yep, and it looks as though most of the field will most likely get single file. Oh, yellow. Yep. Wow. That didn't take long. Already under the first yellow for weather, as it's starting to sprinkle in Mexico.
There's not a lot of area to, there's some runoff in certain parts of the track, but say, for example, coming out of the stadium right here, there's walls everywhere. If we have any kind of an issue, the driver's surprised, so it's dry through there, right? Underneath that little canopy, you come out of there into the wet and hit that wall. It can be in big trouble for the rest of the day. So smart by NASCAR to get the caution out here. We'll step aside. Early caution for rain.
Jeez, that didn't take long. Already under the first caution on lap 1, and it is starting to come down. Wow. All right. Oh, yep. Now the rain is starting to come down. Oh, here we go. Just as soon as I come back, there goes the spamming. Do your thing, mods. Do your thing, John. There we go. There you go. Thank you, NASCAR Fan 33. Hola, Alessandro. General Kenobi, you are a bold one. If it gets too bad, they will call a red flag. Yeah, probably. Whoa, look out! A lot of congestion on pit road. Yikes, that was close. New pace car? Yeah, I did see that as well. The Corvette that they was the original pace car, that was for the pace laps before the green flag. And I'm guessing during the race they switched back to the Toyota pace car, I guess. Difficult decision for the teams. Yeah, during that pit cycle when I was trying to switch to the rain tires. My guess for the pace car when they switched it up, my guess is that it's only useful for the road courses where they do one type of pace car for the pace laps before the green flag. Then for the caution laps, they switch back to a like a bigger stock to like a bigger pace car. That's my guess. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is going to be fun.
That's true in racing and life. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control. So you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you get back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today. This Saturday, the NASCAR Xfinity Series blazes this summer with a Pocono showdown. And as the temperature rises, so do the tempers. Every week, doing something to to break his teeth in. Vets like Austin Hill look to hold off Connor Zillage and the rest of the Red Hot rookies. The NASCAR Xfinity Series Pocono. This Saturday, 5 and 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific on the CW. Hey, race day fans, find your favorite driver and official NASCAR merchandise, including the new Echo Pop by searching Shop the Race in the Amazon shopping app. Talk
about decisions all day long. Well, a big decision, I call it an absolute gamble. The 17 of Busch and the 2 of Cindric are on the racetrack with slicks. Yellow Goodyear tires. The other ones have white. You see slicks on the right.
Oh,
Treaded on the left.
Suarez. I mean, Cindric and Busch are on slicks while the rest of the field is on wet weather tires. How in the world is this gonna work? Will Daniel Suarez go 2 for 2 at Mexico? I'd say no. But I don't know. We'll see, Alessandro. We'll see. All right. And speaking of we'll see how these front two will hang on slick tires. Already Busch is sliding around. Green flag. Oh, Chastain. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work because Busch is already dropping on those slicks while the rest of the field is on wet weather tires. And Cindric goes to the point. Turn 1 on slicks for Cindric and Busch. And Ty Gibbs goes to the point. Everybody crawling around through turns 1, 2, and 3. Oh my gosh. Hang on to it, guys. Hang on to it. Do you think it was a good decision or bad decision to throw the caution on the first lap? No. They were good. They were in the right this time. NASCAR did make the right call to throw the caution before things got worse. Oh, Chastain a little bit wide through those S's. Oh, contact with SVG. Oh, still contact. Oh, hang on to it. Oh my gosh, Cindric. Hang on to it. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work for you, Cindric. With you staying out on those slicks. Whoa. Nemechek, Dillon, and Byron a little wide there, going through the grass. 4 wide? What in the world? Through the stadium section, huh? How did they make it through that? Oh, Jesus. And my goodness, what is this? What? Cindric's not pitting on those slicks? What? Norris Busher? How in the world? I'm so lost. They weren't last. They had some track position. I'm afraid you could get easily just spit off course and lose every chance you have. Even with a damn racetrack, this range tire holds on really well, provides a ton of grip. As long as you get it in the wet, get it in the puddles on the straightaway. Oh, hang on to it, Justin Haley. That tire really hold on really well, even as this track. A lot of these guys slipping and sliding because it's so wet out there. Oh, Chastain a little bit wide. SVG. Easily takes the second spot. But in front of all this, Ty Gibbs is saying, bye-bye, boys. I'm out of here. Oh, hang on to it, Kyle. Busch. Well, contact with Zane Smith. And Christopher Bell goes around the outside of Eric Jones. Oh, the spray going down this stretch. Teasing. Oh my gosh. Whoa, hang on, Elliott. Really sliding that car wide as he gets by Austin Cindric. Yeah, everybody's literally all over the place. still jostling for position deep in the field. Whoa, Kyle! Oh, I guess Kyle Larson, Justin Haley, Zane Smith, Briscoe's caught up in it. Caution. Watch out, Cindric. Oh, Allmendinger's also stuck in the grass. Oh, and there goes Larson. Larson's done.
Second caution, 7 laps in.
Let's take a look exactly what happened, Dale. You mentioned it. It was on braking. Here's Kyle Busch.
All right, what happened to Kyle?
He is on the brakes, and it is just not.
Whoa, no grip. He just lost it. Oh, he just plowed into Justin Haley. Larson, Zane Smith, Briscoe got caught up. Oh, there's where Allmendinger got caught up in it. Yikes. Allmendinger. Oh, no. Allmendinger had no idea. Nothing he could do there. There's Zane Smith. He couldn't get slowed down either. Oh! Yikes.
He was in position to be collected. Somehow maneuvers through in the 34, and I don't think he got any of it.
Oh! Yikes. Already, 6 or 7 drivers involved in the turn one. Yikes. I had a feeling something like that was going to happen because the track was so slick. I had a feeling it was going to happen.
Chewy order is on the way for Dash, who was just rescued yesterday by Dave, who's realizing in real time his new dog has a thing for squirrels. And there's Chewy, where Dave will order a harness and everything.
Oh boy, Calypso. Ha! I'm back! There's Calypso. Oh boy.
For low prices and fast shipping for life with pets, there's Chewy.
And 2 hard through 1! And 2 hard through 1! Oh, a lot of tolling damage to Zane Smith. Allmendinger getting repairs to the right rear. Yeah, I know. Kyle Busch just didn't have the grip entering the first corner. Almost looked like Kyle just wheel hopped. But it was just the lack of grip.
Smiling first can help someone find the courage to do the same.
Jack Wicks presents the greatest duo. There's nothing like a great duo. 2 flavors, 1 bag. New Jack Link's Duos.
Yeah, that Jack Link's commercial. Oh my gosh.
To the 24-hour of Le Mans, a team fueled by innovation and driven to make history. American Thunder NASCAR 2 Le Mans. Watch now only on Prime. Looking at Zane Smith. There you see him sitting idle in the pit lane. It's our FanDuel onboard camera. He's one of those drivers collected in this incident 7 laps in Mexico City. Larson on the board. Haley. All started with Kyle Busch. AJ Allmendinger getting a piece of the action. So the Chase Briscoe, we mentioned Zane Smith already. They're working on these cars.
So these cars here that have gone back to the garage area years past, they would be out of the race. Not so much here. You have the ability to repair them. You can't change anything and everything. There is a list of parts that you're allowed to change. I'm looking at all these cars. I think they're going to be within that list of parts. And if the rain continues to fall,
there's the damage to Kyle Busch's rear end as they're trying to get some repairs done to that car and get it back back out there.
Time to stay on slicks. Now they're going to put on wets. The 2 cars stayed out though. Listen to Chris Buescher's audio.
Yeah, Buescher, who decided to stay out on the slicks, that didn't turn out as well as he hoped it would. So he's changing to the wets.
Right now are super challenging for the crew. As we mentioned, it's just barely missing. That's why the 2 cars stayed out. Kim.
And a couple takers on my end of pit road. The 22 of Billy Gunn coming down for fuel only. Didn't really feel like they had much track position to lose by topping off. And then the 24 actually.
NASCAR can run, but they can't hide. Right, my rain. Ha 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 ha. Davy Jones is hungry for some victims into his locker. Oh my gosh, Calypso. Bet you're saying all this because Jared didn't finish that novel. I guess you're saying that because Jared didn't finish that romance novel.
They had the groove tires on board this Ford Performance Cam for Cindric. He has stayed inside the top 15 on slicks. This is outstanding.
You know, the other thing I would say, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Let's say that they had come down and done the conventional thing, and that is just
in all seriousness, KFB braked into the corner like me at a road course on NASCAR Heat 5.
And over the long haul, as track conditions continue to change. The other thought is the points impact. Kyle Busch comes in tied at the cut line. We know what a great opportunity race this is for him and AJ Allmendinger. And now they find themselves squarely behind the 8 ball, no pun intended.
Riding on board with Ty Gibbs, our leader with the Monster Energy camera. Got a shout out Ty this weekend. He's had great speed. Had speed yesterday in the Xfinity Series. They've been, they've had a tough year, way down in the points, in a must-win situation every single week. Check out some more boards that we have for today. This is Ryan Truex, driving for Denny Hamlin this weekend. Toyota Racing on board. And then the Xfinity Mobile on board with Tyler Reddick. Number 99, Daniel Suarez, the Telcel on board.
Oh, it looks like they're going back green this time. Bye. Yep, they're doubling up.
Get it done today. Michael McDowell, the blaster on board camera. Marty.
Adam Steve mentioned there's damaged vehicle policy work area. That's where Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch have both come to. These teams trying to get this work done in the allotted amount of time that NASCAR gives them. Really significant right front and actually right rear damage they found for Kyle Larson once he came back. For Kyle Busch, the damage is worse. So
all right, here we go. Going back green once again. Pace car off. Only 9 laps have been complete throughout this stint. All right, green flag's back in the air. Whoa, Suarez, where are you going? Where are you going, Suarez?
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there. He lost a little bit of momentum as the 43 goes by. As they all head back down into the braking zone, trying to stay low here.
Double foul, 3 wide. Hard braking going into the first corner. How is this going to work? Everybody's trying to figure out where they want to go. Well, man, SVG got a great run off turn 3. He's side by side with Gibbs, going for the lead. SVG in the preferred lane, and he easily takes it away from the 54. Oh, through that very wet section of the road course. Very damp through that section of the road course. Everybody's still jostling for position deep in the field. As the front leaders are all about single file. As Ty Gibbs tried to do a YOLO into that corner, going through turn 12 into the stadium section.
See two different approaches to turn 12.
Now Gibbs on the inside trying to take the lead back. But SVG's got the run. Gibbs gets a little squirrely, and SVG holds off that challenge. Again, Suarez, where is he? Where is he going? Where is Suarez going, man? Oh my gosh. Going way wide. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's that? All right, it looks as though everybody's got it sorted out so far. As Suarez takes that position away from Ryan Priest. That was for fourth. On board with Michael McDowell.
Look how offline they are. That's where the grip is when the track's really wet. Right here where McDowell is, a little bit harder to get the power down coming out of that corner.
Whoa! They're very wet through that section, through those S's. Gotta be very, very careful as these guys are literally crawling around this racetrack. And there goes Ty Dillon around the outside or the left side of Michael McDowell to take that position. But Michael McDowell's trying to fight back. Whoa, hang on to it. Hang on to it, McDowell. And while that was going on, there goes Christopher Bell challenging Michael McDowell for seventh. But nope, McDowell shuts him off. And here comes Eric Jones to the inside. Can't do it. Oh, Gregson. Contact from William Byron. And around he goes.
I thought he was going to take it all the way around and just keep on going.
Look how much nicer it is for light in the front, right? Vision's a whole lot better, clearer racetrack. Pretty nice movements. 99 on board with Bell. The rain's calmed down by quite a bit now, so still some issues with spray up onto the windshield from the car in front of you, but the track now should transition as they start to dry up a particular line kit.
All right.
Yeah,
as Dale Jr. said, the rain has kind of calmed down a bit, but the spray is still going to be an issue. So these drivers are going to stay on the wets for a bit longer until they're confident enough they can go back to the slicks once this track completely dries out, if the weather holds up.
You know, I would say if you could map out a perfect day, it would be stay clean through the opening two stages.
Whoa, good run for Christopher Bell through those S's as he goes on to challenge Michael McDowell for the 7th spot. And Christopher Bell will do so, but Michael McDowell's fighting back. Grandpa, help me get the lead back! Ty, it's still wet on the racetrack. Stay focused and stay patient. Gosh, why do I have such a stubborn grandson?
Yeah, Adam, and just to echo what Kim and you guys have been talking about, in a stop reading here on pit road. When I went in to visit with Shane Van Gisbergen this morning, he was texting with a friend. That friend, four-time and current world F1 champion Max Verstappen. He was asking Max for some tips on this racetrack overall, but especially in the rain. He wanted to know some secrets that Max has had here at Aspen River. Formula One has run here for many years, and Shane has never run here, so we got all the tips he could. I find it fascinating because the entire garage area looks up to SVG and says, hey, he's got it all figured out at road courses, but even SVG was looking for tips for anyone this morning.
That's because he's a dangerous man. I mean, he's just so good at what he does, and he seeks out any opportunity to continue to get better. You would see him on this racetrack moving around, trying to get temperature out of the tire. Down the straightaway, he's running it, trying to find the wettest part of the racetrack, really, to knock temp out of the tire. He knows the rain has quit. The track's going to start to transform. And so he needs to be able to take care of this tire to keep the life and the speed and grip in this wet weather tire. Let's get to the 2 radio.
All right. Yep, it stopped raining now in Mexico, so now the track is pretty much in the drying process. But these drivers are still on the wets for as long as possible. For as much as possible until the track dries out. Yeah, especially through that stadium section, as we're on the outside of Ty Dillon goes Ryan Blaney, trying to take that position, but can't do it. And here comes Christopher Bell. Oh, look out! Bell got really tight, almost got into the 12 there. But up front of all of this is SVG, the road course specialist, leading the way in Mexico City. There's Zane Smith coming back on the racetrack. Way off the pace. He's got to meet minimum speed. Yeah, Zane Smith is way off the pace. If he doesn't meet minimum speed, NASCAR's going to have to pull him back off the racetrack.
Since they got direct TV, they don't miss a game. Not the opening pitch, not even the pregame flyover. Bobby, look. It's baseball season in America, baby. You know those geese are Canadian, right? They've got baseball there, too. This baby hits 88 miles per hour. You're going to see some serious... To the feet, I rose to my feet. Welcome back to Field and Stream. On every page, history. Each trade, a story. Your story. We exist to help you share the moments that matter. Like the thrill of a topwater strike. The smell of wet dog, duck feathers at dawn. Beating in your chest. That buck steps out. Field and Stream. The greatest stories have an outlook.
Racing in the wet in our first ever trip to Mexico City for NASCAR's Cup Series. All of the action today on Pride, presented by Chewy. A bit of a slide there for race leader Shane Van Gisbergen. And now we look at today's top dog, presented by Chewy. And if you're racing here in Mexico City, your top dog has got to be Daniel Suarez.
All right, and we're back as SVG has about a 5-second lead over Ty Gibbs, and it's Ryan Preece, Ross Chastain, Ryan Blaney, Ty Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Michael McDowell, Todd Gillen, and Christopher Bell, the top 10.
Daniel's been fun to watch this weekend. Not just So it's interesting. We have 5 laps to go at the stage, and this front area is starting to dry up. So the real question is, do you pit before you enter the stage? That would be a pretty classic road course strategy. And if you do that,
Oh yeah, that's right. Pit strategy. Whether to pit at near the end of the stage or not.
Seems like this area of the racetrack still is damp and slippery. You have to really tiptoe. Guys, keep an eye on Cindric. His lap time still not faster.
I'm guessing these guys stay on the slicks as the track still dries out. I mean on the wets as the track still dries out because it's still pretty damp in most spots in some areas.
Degrading a little bit more rapidly. The wet weather tire usually does really good, but since you can't really get offline, particularly like through the S's, they have to race across these curves that rips and shreds their tires apart. But it'd be really affecting the performance of the tire if you were too aggressive early as a driver. Toyota onboard camera riding with Ryan Truex, driving the 11 for Denny Hamlin. And he's doing a nice job today. He's 21st, but this is a car that has struggled to find speed this weekend and really doing some positive things here this afternoon. Scan the QR code to save on gaming products by Logitech G, the official wheel and pedal of eNASCAR. Ryan was notified he'd be in this car sometime midweek. And he's
Riding on board with Ryan Truex, substituting for Denny Hamlin.
That's how it works. Does a lot of sim testing, but he was way off on speed when they showed up. So to be sitting here running mid-pack, I bet he's thrilled. I'd be very happy with that. This rain and all the obstacles have been thrown at everybody.
Just trying to learn the racetrack as best he can. And here comes Christopher Bell on pit road.
Now we see Christopher Bell, and again, Adam and Steven told me they were opening the playbook wide open in terms of what they could do to get track position after that bad qualifying effort. It looks like they will put on slicks.
Oh, Christopher Bell's putting the slicks on? That's pretty bold, as the track is still pretty much damp in some areas. That's pretty bold, if you ask me. We'll see how this plays out.
With his crew that Steve mentioned a moment ago, SVG said the track is drying quickly, but I think we should go to slicks. And then his crew chief said, no, I think rain is coming in 15 minutes. So, Steve, I didn't know that weather was part of the job description for
Yeah.
I got to be today.
Well, absolutely. And the weather's been hard to read here in Mexico City between the elevation of the mountains surrounding the city. It's been hard for me to kind of judge where the showers are going to go. Not a lot of history or experience down here. But if it is going to rain in 15 more minutes...
Yeah, like I said, weather is playing a factor in this race, and we saw it at the very beginning stages of this race.
Excuse me, on wets. Here we are on Cindric. Listen how early he lifts. Remember, he's on slicks. He's yet to pit at any point during this race. Look how... And his car does not have a lot of grip. His last lap time of 151.4, to your point, Steve. The leaders are running 147s. So there's still quite a bit of discrepancy between the two tires. And I would obviously, I think, be paying attention to the 20 car as he goes out here on slicks and runs a few laps. I've watched the lap time that he runs. Kim.
You see Ty Gibbs short pitting this. They are just here for the win. It was interesting, though. They had the wet weather tires on the wall about a lap and a half ago. But as they heard more drivers talking about the track dry out, they quickly changed it to the slicks. So they will put 4.
And Ty Gibbs on pit road. Is he going to slicks? No, it looks like he's Yep, they're going on slicks too. And here comes Custer on pit road. It looks as though he's going on slicks as well.
Scheduled green flag pit stops as we head toward the end of stage 1. 3 laps to go. Reigning champ Joey Logano is in.
I heard talk about the track conditions and felt like it was dry enough to put those slicks back on. Again, Joey Logano looking to make up track position after a hill stop the last time they were on pit road. 24 also pitting for 4 fresh slick tires.
So your idea is that you know in 3 more laps the caution's going to come out. Let's see what the leader SVG does. He's got to be the next guy to make a decision. Pit road will close when the leader takes 2 to go. So that means that the 88 could pit this time by. This will be a big decision maker. Wouldn't shock me if Priest stays on the racetrack regardless. He came in tied in the top 9 with Kyle Busch. 10 points available.
Now looking back at SVG, will he pit this time by before the end of the stage? We'll see.
Priest did win a stage running along its circuit of the Americas earlier this season. Here's Van Gisbergen.
Yep, and here comes SVG on pit road.
question is, if they truly believe a rain shower's in the area, will they gamble and stay on wet?
Who else is coming on pit road? Nope, Priest is staying. Priest is staying out. Yep, most of the field is going to stay out because SVG is about to cross the start-finish line, and pit road closes once they hit 2 to go on the stage. Yep, pit road is now closed. Also, Ty Dillon's on pit road. Yep, SVG and Ty Dillon switch into slicks now, since the track is drying out very fast.
Another reason they're staying out is they feel like a 106 is the last time they got to shoot for the old dry tires. We just saw the leader Ryan Preece run that 106.
You can tell the drivers that feel like they can still point their way into the playoffs. They chase the points. Others who say, we got to win a race. Therefore, you come down, you flip the stage to establish that track position after the stage ends and everything cycles through.
Whoa, where is Riley Herbst going?
Everybody that hit it at lap 2, those are all on wet weather tires still and staying out.
And these drivers are still on the wets, but they can't pit now because pit road is closed.
Really good chance of winning the race outright. 18 road course races of the next gen car. The stage winner has only won one of those.
On board Tyler Reddick.
I remember a few years ago we said, there's no way you can fit at the stages and win the race. Larson, I think, pitted at the end of those stages and went on to win. He put that theory behind us because the car was so good that day.
And I think they're coming to the final lap in stage 1 now.
These races, you've got to flip the stage in so many occasions.
Whoa, 3 wide. Eric Jones, McDowell, Todd Gillen contact, bumping into each other. Yep, final lap in stage 1.
Some good short track racing right there coming out of the stadium section. They're still trying to break the draft and get a little water and temperature out of the tires.
But meanwhile, up front for the lead as Ryan Blaney's starting to close the gap on Ryan Preece. It's the Ryan and Ryan show for the end of stage 1. It's the Ryan and Ryan show for the end of stage 1. Oh, you have the same phone case as me? Nice. But it's a different color. Okay.
Now you can see that line starting to dry out as they head on into the S's. They're running 144s up front. All of our guys on new tires are the 2s.
Ryan Blaney already won this year. Dominating fashion 2 weeks ago in Nashville.
To Dale's point, the slick tires are dramatically slower currently. So if the track conditions don't continue to improve, it's going to be interesting.
Coming into the stadium section.
Here they are, final time.
Still about 2 or 3 car lengths separating between Preece and Blaney. But it looks as though Ryan Preece is going to get the stage 1 win. Going through 14 now and through 15.
14 and 15 and back to the front straightaway.
Yep, and after a chaotic first stage, it finally comes to conclusion. Ryan Preece wins stage number 1.
Stage 1, Blaney is second. Be a little bit before you see Chastain back there.
And here comes Chastain, P3, McDowell, Dow, Gillen, Jones, Hocevar, Wallace, Suarez, and Reddick. The top. Wait, no. Oops, Hocevar, Wallace, Elliott, and Suarez, the top 10. That wraps up stage 1. Stage 2 is coming up next. That was something.
It's gone from being an adventure to a checklist. But the world is still full of wonder. You just need a better way to find it. Introducing Airbnb experiences. Master ramen with an award-winning chef. Dive into underground jazz with a renowned bassist. Or see Notre Dame with her. She helped us start, by the way.
suit for my daughter's wedding.
I might be able to help you fellas out. Life is a journey. Vandy is the wardrobe that grows with you. Tailored for every milestone. Look your best, dress the win. Vandy.
Racetrack to land. Mobile momento hotel drive. Drive more easily.
This Xfinity Wi-Fi is
The Wi-Fi is moving like a
XWIGO.
3 feet sideways. It bursted with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, everyone knows I'm green and my scene is gonna
Racing isn't just a game. It's a way of life. Every lap, every moment.
If this race gets red flagged, Guangdong Tigers mean for Mother Nature. Oh gosh, just like the Chicago street course last year. Oh my gosh. But we'll see.
Feel the rhythm. Own the race. Logitech G wheels and pedals available now on Amazon. Ever since we hired Dale Jr. and IHOP, breakfast has been moving fast.
It's pancake.
Guided delivery king.
NASCAR on Prime's video is brought to you by Chewy for Life with Pets and by the Nintendo Switch 2. Great to have you with us on a Sunday afternoon from Mexico City. This relief lap is sponsored by National Debt Relief. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief gets you back on track. Chase Briscoe gets his lap back here in Mexico City.
Chase was involved in an early wreck in turn 1. Had some minimal damage. They had to work on the right front of that car pit road. See if they've gotten the speed back or the pace back.
And Briscoe, minimal damage to that 19 after being caught up in that crash in the first turn. It was as though I think he was getting a wave around. That's why he passed up his car. Any hamster preference from the Bubba Wallace and Danny Hamlin commercial? I didn't see that.
I think a safe call is to come get on slicks with everyone else, kind of get on sequence with everyone. I can see the gamble of just staying out on reins, hoping for another shower. The slicks weren't quite faster. Now, you think they should continue to get faster if it doesn't rain again. You see slicks on the wall right there for the Trackhouse team.
First thing we said when we came on the air for practice Friday, we're excited about this process, but we're also very curious because there were just so
That iRacing commercial where Danny Hamlin unplugged Bubba Wallace's simulator. Oh my gosh. I guess you could say, "Ah, Bubba Wallace, it's my turn now. You had your turn. I'm racing now." Like, you had your turn, Bubba Wallace. It's my turn. Your time is up.
So that's been enjoyable because it's really turned it into a more natural race.
Like every tire I see on pit road is that bright yellow.
All right, here they come. Oh, McDowell stays out. Same with Hocevar and Suarez.
Down to 71, opting to stay out. Steve, we mentioned this would open up the opportunity for a two-stop race. Going longer on these rain tires, especially with poor weather being a potential later on, Kim.
On the flip side, Trevor, Ryan Blaney in that 12 car, middle of your screen, elected to come. They had a
Here goes
discussion on
Blaney
the radio.
into
Ryan
his
telling
pit
us
stall,
it's
switching
getting
over
right
to
and
the
it's getting there.
slicks now.
Confident on the slicks, so put those dry
Same with
tires on.
Ryan Preece, switching over to the slicks.
Finley, the crew chief for Ryan Preece on the bottom of your screen about this possible move this morning. He said to Steve's point, not only where we are in the points, but also the unknown of today. I'm going to take stage points in a playoff.
Preece is down in the way.
They go to the slicks for the 60 after the stage 1 win.
You know, if you're going to play this game, Marty, you have to execute on the pit lane and Priest does that. 17 drivers stay out. We reset the running order when we return.
that commercial is a callback to when his daughter unplugged his iRacing rig. I remember that. Yep. When Denny Hamlin was in that was when NASCAR did the Pro Invitational Series for NASCAR online races on iRacing, and that was at Talladega when Denny Hamlin was racing and his screen went black because his daughter turned his screen off, and Hamlin was like, "Hey, my screen just went black. I can't see anything. My screen's black. What happened to my screen? The lights are not on. Did someone hit the remote?" I remember that. Yep, and that was back when we were on lockdown. Thankfully, those days are over, are long behind us.
There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan. Surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
You can run the perfect race.
Denny Hamlin leading the pack on the final lap.
And then
Hamlin's hit. Hamlin is out of it.
that's true in racing and life. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control, so you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you get back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler. Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you. Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car. Auto Parts.
This is Joseph Newgard. Joseph was conceived in 2, pick you back up at 32. Good for strong bones. Come out to his clavicle. Joseph wins. This is his wife, his Tuesdays, his hand-eye coordination. He might have the greatest jawline in sports. He's not that handsome. And on a Sunday, Joseph flies. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth.
Throughout NASCAR on Prime coverage, you are hearing a reimagined classic, Up Around the Bend, an Amazon music original by John Fogerty and Eric Church. Listen anytime as it's available to stream only on Amazon Music. I know Danielle, Carl, and Corey, they're toe tapping down there, aren't you guys?
Oh, we are just living for this act right here outside of Turn 12, Adam. Good news, bad news for your Stage 1 winner, Ryan Preece. Good news is he entered this race on the playoff cut line. He's got a fast car. Bad news is no stage winner has gone on to win a race at a road course in the last 7. Let's talk conditions, guys. NASCAR right now is considering this a dry track.
No stage winner has gone to victory lane in the last 7 races on road courses. Wow.
This is a mess, guys. And as a driver who's been in a stock car on a wet track and a drying track up in Montreal a while back, this is very, very difficult for the drivers. So hard to just manage the car around the track, and then to try to go fast, try to race people, very tough.
I'll tell you what's also hard is you just go from under 15 seconds faster now a dry-ish line, and you have to really toe that line of grip to go find what more. We know there's 10 more seconds on the racetrack of pace than what these guys are used to. That's the challenging part.
Yeah, we saw one of the best drivers in the world, Kyle Busch, just drive down in there and lost the rear. It can happen to anybody. It's very treacherous.
Who's impressing you thus far? SVG not feeling good, but he's running good. Ryan Blaney also performing well.
SVG said he doesn't like to race in the rain. Amazing. Ryan Blaney, what did he tell us this morning?
I said 1 to 10. What's your confidence if this thing goes on wets? He goes -2. So
-2? What?
Really good, but
Oh my
really
gosh.
See how SVG manage these slicks up against these 4 guys on wets and see how he can get control of this race again.
I'm interested to see what Mother Nature is going to do because she could throw a wrench into this whole game plan.
The radar is all green. I don't know why it's not raining right now.
It's rainy season here in Mexico, Adam. You guys are doing a great job keeping up with it in the booth.
It's a lot to manage, that's for sure. Let's get.
All right, we'll see what happens now as these drivers are now doubling up. And the track continues to dry out, slowly but surely, but the track is drying.
Still on those slick tires, the only car in the field that is yet to pit. So he's hoping this track is drying out. It's going to come his way. Crew chief told him there's rain, possibly another 20 minutes away. That would play out perfect for us to use these up, come down and get rain tires on.
As you see right here on the left-hand side, great update, Trevor, of Cindric, who is on slicks, as you see on the left, but on slicks that are older than everyone else's slicks. The front four on wets. Remember, in the damp, the wets are better. In the dry line, the dries are faster. I don't know what that means into turn one, but we're going to see which one has more grip. It'll be interesting to see.
I don't blame you, John. I don't blame you for thinking that Corey LaJoie is better as an analyst. But I'm pretty sure Brian Griffith, Family Guy fan, thinks he's better as a driver. So he might want to have a word with you. All right, here we go for the start of Stage 2. Spire Motorsports teammates up front. Green flag. Stage 2 underway. How will this work for McDowell and Hocevar on those wet tires? Same with Stenhouse. Oh, jeez. Stenhouse tried to crowd Suarez down. None to his advantage. And there goes Suarez. Oh, someone's spinning back there. It's Gregson again. He gets going again. And Suarez goes to the point. And here goes Ty Gibbs to the inside of Michael McDowell. Going for second. Yep, and Gibbs goes to second, and SVG falls through and goes to third.
There's still some puddles and some areas that the dries have to be careful, although that line is looking much drier. What a job by Suarez.
Man, what a run that Ty Gibbs got through those S's as he goes to the left side of Daniel Suarez, trying to take the lead, going into turn 11. And he gets there. Oh, Suarez pushes him wide, but Ty Gibbs got a good run. He's got the advantage, and he's clear. Gibbs goes to the point. And here comes SVG on the inside of his teammate through 14 and off of 15, side by side. But Suarez will hold on to the second spot for now.
Just turned the fastest lap of the day. That'll pay a point at the end of the afternoon. Our Xfinity fastest lap.
Meanwhile, a little bit deeper through this field, Custer battling Ty Dillon. A little close there off of turn 3. And here goes Alex Bowman, who's up to the 11th spot after starting 29th. Oh, and John Hunter Nemechek goes for a spin through turns 1 and 2. He gets going as SVG now clears his teammate for the second spot. And Michael McDowell's trying to keep up with these front 3 on those wet tires. Don't know how much longer he'll be able to keep up, as the track is still drying out fairly quickly. And there goes Cindric, big dive on the inside, goes to 4th.
I gotta say, the job that Cindric has done to stay patient, keep it underneath of him, avoid any problems, racing on slicks in a very wet condition, and here he is running 4th now.
What's happened to Nemechek? Oh, looks like Reddick got into him. Looked like Reddick got into the inside.
Obnoxious corner. Obnoxious is a good word.
And there goes Cindric to the inside of Suarez, going for third. Hard breaking into first corner. And he takes it as Christopher Bell takes the 5th spot from McDowell.
Through another tough part of the racetrack. Off the 3 over 4.
Now, if you're Suarez or any of those cars that are still out there on the wet, you know you're going to lose time. You're going to try to get farther enough into this run than to get you into some fuel windows.
Whoa, where's Suarez? Stenhouse going. He looked a bit hot going into the 4th corner, but he keeps his momentum. As they're side by side, as Custer takes it from Hocevar. As Hocevar went a little too wide there through that section. Now he's being under attack from Alex Bowman, and Bowman goes to that point. And meanwhile, battle for the 4th spot. Here goes Christopher Bell around the left side of Suarez. And Bell goes to 4th. Off topic, but have I seen the Earnhardt documentary on Prime? Yes, I have. I thought it was pretty clever for the first part when they talked about Ralph Earnhardt, Ironhead. Oh! And Todd Gilliland goes into the wall. That's off the exit of turn 14. Tries to keep it going. And here it is. Oh! 3 wide, and he tried to cut off Ryan Preece to no avail. Oh. Meanwhile, Michael McDowell is now all over the back bumper of Suarez.
Knowing they're going to lose time, and he's happy with the game plan. Carl and I discussed this at the beginning of the race about how you're going to keep your driver up to date on what the plan is, how he's accomplishing it. Trevor. 71 and Michael McDowell starting to feel those tires wear out. Still within a couple seconds of the fastest times, but now the lap time's dropping down into that 94-second bracket. That's what we saw in practice. Chief Travis Peterson was telling him, hey, go out there and run the dry line. I don't care if you blister these things. We're going to come soon. Actually looking at coming.
Oh! He took a peek on Suarez, but I think McDowell's giving it up. Same with Suarez.
McDowell seemed a little more committed, or at least earlier in the game than Suarez.
Yep, and here comes McDowell in. He's going to be switching over to the slicks now. Oh, I didn't realize that Suarez was 2 on the wets as well. I didn't realize that. I thought this whole time Suarez was on slicks, but I guess not. But up front, after all this, it is still Ty Gibbs leading the way at the beginning of Stage 2. All right.
So, you like NASCAR but don't know who before? Here's some Toyota legends we get behind. Leather Reddick, crushed it in Xfinity Series and now he's here. Basically, the Cinderella story if Cinderella drove 200 miles per hour. Then there's John Hunter Nemechek, new kid on the block, all gas, no brakes. Oh, and Denny Hamilton. Ever heard of Daytona? He's won it 3 times. No big deal. We have a lot of drivers, all legends.
Smiling first can help someone find the
And there's Stenhouse giving it up on those wets. It's now time for him to switch over to the slicks.
But nature does call. And outside,
And it looks as though we got a battle for, battle for the third spot as Christopher Bell has caught up to Austin Cindric now. He's starting to pressure Cindric for the third spot.
I used to be an early bird. No idea before it started. Then things started to change for me when I found Bimzelx. Now I can't wait to say I'm back.
Bimzelx can deliver transformative relief from joint pain and stiffness, less fatigue, and for some, zero swollen joints.
I'm back to what inspires.
Catherine Legg isn't doing that bad. Oh my gosh, stop it. 27th so far for Catherine Legg. All right.
Give yourself a chance to say
And while that's going on, Christopher Bell takes over the third spot from Austin Cindric, picking them off one at a time for C. Bell.
Connected to this guy. In a race in NASCAR, the most it was a 24-hour race. It's about survival. We have one shot and one opportunity to make this successful.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Jeff Gordon Fan 24. This should have been Catherine Legg's first Cup start instead of Phoenix. We all know how that ended up for her.
Mexico City. And the coverage on Prime, presented by Chewy. 15 to go, stage 2. We get our FanDuel race update. The numbers are in, Steve.
Yeah, or Coda. Yeah, the week prior to her official Cup Series debut.
Chase Elliott, obviously one of the most popular. But other than the 88, the 20, and the 54, I have no idea. This race has been so chaotic with wets and dries and strategy. If you're confused watching, welcome into the boat because I'm not exactly sure, other than the top 3, where everybody else stacks up. That's a great point. I think, we know obviously the 54 and 88 are fast, but as this track dries, it changes for the team, it changes for the drivers, and how their cars handle. So who might come from the middle of the pack with some real speed? Reese, we saw some other people like him fast in practice. Maybe they rise back to the top of the leaderboard or near the top of the leaderboard. This track is changing. Talk about what happens when you stay out on wet tires on a dry racetrack. And take a look at the tread here.
Oh my, the treads. Oh, caution. What's the caution for this time? Oh, look out! Ryan Truex sideways on the track. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Somebody said Hocevar? Oh, boy. Whoa! Did he just lose it? Or was there contact? Or whatever the case was, Ryan Truex goes spinning off the exit of turn 10, off the exit of the S's there.
Gibbs leading, SVG second, Bell third. They're basically heads up, right? They're all on slicks. They're all with similar fuel loads. The important is Cindric is on slicks, has yet to come to pit road. I mean, what this young man did in the wet on slick tires should be applauded. He has kept his team in. Now he's going to have to put some fuel in at some point. Then you have Custer, Bowman, Byron, Ty Dillon. Once again, running great in this 10 car. All of those guys are in the same situation on slick tires.
All right. Give me a second, guys. As we're going to commercial, as Ty Gibbs leads under this, I believe, 4th caution overall at Mexico City.
fresher tires on. Maybe we can get some track.
All right. As Ryan Priest now getting serviced up.
Also, AJ Allmendinger coming down.
Same with Allmendinger with that damage he had from that lap 6 crash. Or that caution. On that caution, he was involved with Kyle Busch, Larson, and Gilliland, or Zane Smith, and other pit stop drivers. I want to give Zillage props yesterday for not giving up despite having a lot of damage, because I personally think Zillage deserves props for not giving up yesterday despite having a lot of damage. Oh, during that Xfinity race when they wrecked in turn 1 on the final stage. Is that what you're referring to yesterday? Okay.
So now that we're at a traditional track surface, it's going to be interesting to see these cars that have, high single digits on their tires already, how long the grip stays as they try to chase down the stage winner.
Again, so many curiosities about this race. Let's go to Marty.
Let's chat with Kyle Busch out of the infield.
Yep, Kyle Busch is pretty much done.
But, man, this has been a chaotic race, Kyle. What happened with your spin?
Just in the rain, and I went down into 11 and got on the brakes pretty hard. And
yep, here it is again.
Really good,
yep, just lost it. Oh, yikes.
Went to the 10 marker. If there's a 10 marker, it's the bridge. And we've been going much past the bridge, all day on dries. And so wet.
Oof, oof.
It's going to be fine. And as soon as I went to the brakes,
there's an onboard shot of the 8.
So about a second and a half or so, I was just trying to figure out which direction to go. And then I was like, I got to turn this thing around backwards because I'm going to nail some people. So hated for all those that were involved in my mishap there. And hated for Lucas Oil and, of course, RCR, ECR, the guys. I mean, car yesterday in qualifying was really good. Felt like we were going to be really sporty in the dry. I hate that the rain came, and now it's nice and dry. So just have to go fight for more points in another week.
See you looking up.
Been a tough year for the Ahmedingers.
Yikes.
Top of the cut line coming into this race, gonna lose a
Not
lot
the
of
way
points.
Kyle wanted to go out.
But I don't count him out. Kyle Busch was back in
Kyle, what happened? It's too wet out here. What do you think what happened?
I was so excited about him today because of how good he was on the road course earlier this year. And Circuit of the Americas came in tied at the cut as we talk about where he was. Now 44 below. Long way to go with what will be 10 races remaining when we go green in Pocono next weekend.
I know it's early for some to think that points are worth counting now, but you better start Daytona because every point.
All right, the track is pretty much dry in most areas now. This pace car pulls off the track and we go back to green. Green flag.
On those old tires. We're turning them loose one more time here in Mexico City.
Three wide, Cindric, SVG, and Bell. Now Bowman's trying to fight in. Oh, 3 wide. Oh! Bell locks up the brakes just a little bit. They keep it straight. Oh, Keselowski, where are you going? That was kind of a corner cut through turn 3.
Everybody made it through. I don't know how many more times we can do this and still get the whole field through. Turn 1, 2, 3.
And look at that, boy. Look at that, guys. The speeds are starting to pick up just a little bit because the track is drying out. The track is really, this is pretty much the driest it's ever been since the rain stopped.
It's so tight through. The S is way tighter than it actually looks on camera.
Oh my gosh. Very tight through those S's.
It slowed down to make the corner, and then they're flying coming out of this corner here through the bend of turn 10. Now you got to be very careful because as the track has dried basically, now about off track.
Now here goes Alex Bowman to the inside of his teammate, trying to go for the 5th spot, but can't do it. Now through the stadium section.
Ryan Blaney been good today. Austin Dillon having a nice afternoon. He's worked his way to the top 10.
Oh, Dylan. That was close.
Number 9, a player at night.
Yep, Chase Elliott up inside the top 10 now in position number 9. In car 9. Ironic.
You see with this thin air at 7,300 feet, the draft is just not in the same effect. Any other racetrack, that 9 would have pulled up to the car in front of him, Dale, but with this thin air, it's just not the advantage.
Oh, on board with Daniel Suarez now as he's in the middle of this pack, trying to get through.
Probably under the defense here in braking zone of turn 4. The car off track.
Logano. That was just the last lap. Logano goes off track. He keeps going. No harm, no foul.
Popular spots this weekend when you talk about drivers missing the mark, leaving the racetrack.
It's been pretty comfortable as far as the lead goes throughout most of the race, but now here we are. Shane about a half a second back, getting the pressure on.
Kansas led the most laps today. He comes by next time around, it'll be 17 out front.
Dang. Ty Gibbs having a very good run early on in this race. But we still got a lot of laps left to run. It looks as though he might be a contender at the end of this thing. Ty Gibbs might be a contender at the end of this race. But not if SVG has something to say about that.
And Joe Gibbs Racing to give him this kind of a race car. What an incredibly quick race car.
Talk about momentum in racing. Carryover from last week, best run of the year, 3rd in Michigan. Kind of expected there because that's a track that's been so good to him.
Yeah, Gibbs finally showing his talent, and as Alessandro said early on in the stream, he is sneaky good on these road courses.
Their team was very confident in their driver's ability, especially at road courses, saying he's one of the most aggressive drivers that suits you at this style of course. And on top of that, he knows the track limits as well as having car control. Right now, though, the spotters tell him when he tries to cross over, protect the inside. That he is SVG, Marty.
SVG sitting in second, and he said, man, that 54 is good. I don't have what he has. He told his Chief Stephen Dorian, I just need a little more overall grip. But the long run seemed to favor SVG just a little bit, Trevor.
Yeah, how about the drive by Austin Cindric, guys, and the guts of Brian Wilson to stick with the plan, even when they fell all the way back to 31st there early in this race. Right now, Austin Cindric is still in 4th place. But guys, he's going to have the short.
And up to 3rd, Christopher Bell takes it from Austin Cindric.
We thought fall off would be instrumental for these guys. Does this change the strategy at all, Steve? If we get a late caution in this race, seeing Austin Cindric battle with these old tires. That's the one thing I do think it may shift, right? He is on the much older tires, and he is holding on. Now, I do think now that the rain is gone and the wear will get worse on these tires, but it is definitely not as bad. We saw nearly 2 seconds fall off in practice. Cindric's keeping up fine on nearly 35-lap tires right now.
You know, I talked to Brian Wilson on Friday prior to practice.
Oh, a little bit of a lockup that Christopher Bell did through there in the first 2 corners. But no harm, no foul.
They had a lot of optimism because of how things went in practice for everybody in Team Penske. And despite the fact that everything got out of balance early in this race, the 2 team winners in Talladega earlier this year hanging right in there. It's 4th behind Bell, right in front of Byron.
You know, we talked a lot about drivers and how they do their work. It's not surprising to me that they feel that 88 might be better in the long run. You talked about using the clutch, some in practice and qualifying, and how he uses it like a valve to kind of take away some of the rear's lack of grip in braking, and even in lateral, he can use that clutch some. I would imagine that's a bigger advantage.
Dang, as Christopher Bell was saying earlier on this race, the long run is where he was strongest, and he wasn't lying.
Sort of allow that rear tire to grip and not lock up. It's where he'll use his left foot and his right foot on all 3 pedals. This Cindric that we're riding on board with, and the clutch pedal over here, he's not doing anything with the clutch pedal, right? Like he's not even considering the clutch. SVG uses the clutch the same way he uses the gas and the brake. It's a valve to him, not a switch. Not just something to get the car moving.
And side by side for the 5th spot as Alex Bowman tries to take it from his teammate, and it looks as though he will. Bowman goes to 5th, taking it from Byron.
Pitch the car. He'll actually even do that on the high-speed corners like the S's. Use the clutch a little bit to help the front tires or the rear tires follow the fronts. And that will show up later.
Oh, flat tire for Eric Jones. He goes onto pit road. Left front's flat on the 43.
Same
So, to your point, I think SVG can match the 54 Gibbs on new tires straight up. But over the course of the run, it does this, this ability that only SVG has. No one else in the field does this with the clutch pedal. Will that allow him to close the gap?
All right. Going on to another commercial, another side-by-side commercial, but up front, Ty Gibbs being the dominant car today in this race at Mexico.
Breasttree for my COPD. Things changed for me. Breasttree gave me better breathing, symptom improvement, reduced flare-ups.
Breasttree won't work as a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttree more than prescribed. Breasttree may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Breasttree.
Ever since we hired Dale Jr. and IHOP, breakfast has been moving fast.
All right, let's pancakes, not serve. That's great. Go, go, go.
Is that Delta?
Order for catering? It's pancakes.
Whoa, bit of a lockup. Was that William Byron who locked up in the first corner? I think it was. As Ty Dillon still holding on to that 7th spot over Ryan Blaney. Now here goes Blaney once again on the inside. He overcuts it just a little bit. Just knocked Ty Dillon out of the way as Chase Elliott now follows through. And because of that, Ty Dillon just lost those 2 positions and he's back to 9th. Oh, that got a little crazy.
You can run the perfect race.
Eddie Hamlin leading the pack on the final lap.
And then,
Oh, Hamlin's hit. Hamlin is out of it.
that's true of racing and life. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control. So you can pay less than you owe and less time than you think. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you get back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
You're fraudulently claiming money to the receiving account to release back. Excuse me,
Money laundering.
or dislocate your shoulder. This time, he brought his brother.
I do the talking.
He said it harder than I thought.
You like puzzles, Sister Wolf?
All right, and we are back as we are with less than 5 laps to go in the second stage.
Invited and Talladega Nights, the ballad of Ricky Bobby, Full Throttle Funny on Prime Video.
Had an issue with Mike McDowell.
Oh, what happened to McDowell now?
It's forced wide here by the 35.
Whoa, a little bit wide there.
Four-wheel drift.
A little bit wide. McDowell got forced out there by Riley Herbst.
Did not penalize him or force him to the Joker lane. Sometimes it's better. And something like that. That's what we do. Park in the Joker lane into that. Chase Elliott.
Yep.
Like this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this was during the commercial as Blaney comes in a little too hot, sends Ty Dillon wide, and Chase Elliott just kind of finished the job there. Almost kind of like finished the job to get that position while trying to follow Ryan Blaney through. But anyways, Austin Cindric now on pit road getting serviced up. And there's Ty Dillon getting serviced up after that little skirmish he had with Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott.
You said it, management, and that's what it's all about. You have to have a good car, but you have to avoid mistakes and manage the race. These teams doing the best they can today.
Yeah, Ty Dillon's done a good job. He's a frustrating kind of guy on the racetrack. Runs hard, always never really going to give anything to you. And this has been the kind of a chaotic race where battle for the lead here.
But up front, it is still Ty Gibbs holding about an 0.8 of a second lead over SVG, who is not letting the 54 out of his sights. Oh, Ty Gibbs got a little wide there. That allowed SVG to get a good run through the stadium section.
Each corner is going to have a different brake balance, specifically to what he wants. He's changing that multiple times throughout the lap. I mean, when I raced, and a lot of people raced back 10, 20 years ago, we never touched the valve at all during the lap, Marty.
Junior, normally you would see the leaders come here and shorten it here at the end of stage.
Well, and here comes some of the leaders. Chase Elliott, William Byron, and I think Bubba Wallace on pit road? Yeah, Bubba Wallace on pit road. Also, Josh Berry, Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, and Noah Gregson are on pit road as well, pitting before the stage ends.
Josh Berry also making move to come down pit road and flip this stage in the Wood Brothers Ford. So these guys making the decision to pit here, and everyone will have to pit one more time before the end of the race, Cam.
22 finishing up service there. Not a lot of feedback on the
There's Logano getting serviced up. He's down and he's away.
Lead is tightened up dramatically. SVG is there.
Yep, and battle for the lead is starting to tighten up as SVG has closed the gap on Ty Gibbs. Well, what's going to happen once they hit the front stretch? Will they pit or not?
Fun to watch these two battle at the front, off of turn 11, into the stadium section.
Through the stadium section, Ty Gibbs doing a very good job of holding off SVG, the road course specialist. But will they enter pit road? Oh, Ty Gibbs enters pit road. SVG stays out. That was bold. That was a bold move by Ty Gibbs to pit right before the stage ends, but I think it could work for him on the long run. Gibbs down and away.
I know this guy is incredible. He's an alien. He's unlike anybody else out there on these road courses. The Stage 2 winner in the 18 road course races the next gen has run is only won twice. He will have some strong odds to overcome to be able to win this stage and then drive through the field, who's basically going to start in front of him once we cycle through this stage.
Yeah, SVG is going to have a lot of work to do to try to get back to the front if he wants to win here in Mexico.
He's hoping for rain, or he's going to have to just stay out until he's in the final pit window. But if rain doesn't come, this is a really tall task. I think that's really the only, not the only, but that's his best chance for this strategy to work out.
Stephen Dorian just told Shane Van Gisbergen, we decided that at the last minute. We decided that the rain is close enough. And when he asked SVG, hey, is this okay, this move, before he had the opportunity to come to pit road, SVG said, quote, easy.
And through the final corner, final lap in stage number 2, this time by. Final lap in stage 2, the road course specialist SVG having a strong performance here in Mexico City and trying to put himself in a good position to compete for his second career win. Got his first career win in his first Cup Series race on the streets of Chicago. A historic win that time. Now he's full-time in the Cup Series after running one full Xfinity Series season just last year.
He's in fifth. Busher, another guy that needs stage points. A lot of drivers going to collect here at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, he's going to get max points this race. Running on board with Ty Gibbs, who just pitted. Even though he's going to sacrifice some stage points. He's going to sacrifice to getting stage points, but he's going to be in a good position once they get the restart for the final stage.
I thought you were going to say some tire here, right, in anticipation of the run that's coming. think when we wrap this stage, and he's obviously.
And how about Christopher Bell after starting deep in the field in the 31st spot? He's up to the second position. A very good run for C. Bell. It might be in a good position to compete for a win at the end of this race. But off turn number 15, the road course specialist SVG will win stage number 2. And how about Alex Bowman on P3? Great run for the 4018. Fourth for Ryan Blaney, Michael McDowell, Austin Dillon, Christopher Buescher, Riley Herbst, Carson Hocevar, and Daniel Suarez, the top 10. 2 stages down, 1 to go. All right, final stage coming up at Mexico City.
Feel the road, own the race. Logitech G wheels and pedals available now on Amazon. Enter for a chance to win the ultimate racing experience with a grand prize that includes round trip airfare for 2 to Atlanta, Georgia. The 2025 Michelin VIP Mobility of the Month Experience sweepstakes, where you'll enjoy a 3-night stay at the luxurious Chateau Atlanta. The grand prize also includes VIP access to the race, as well as $500 in credit for your transportation. Scan the QR code to enter now. No purchase necessary and 6/30/25, 18 plus age restricted.
I've always known how to fix things. But with psoriatic arthritis.
All right.
I feel like yesterday for him, he was making noise all day long. Mickey's comes from the back in a back so you can't really get there quietly. Today, after qualifying 10th, he really has been fairly quiet. But when you're quiet at a road course, if you can stay in the game, that's a very good thing.
Well, we are also getting into this third stage, and that's where chaos starts to tend to pop up in this, restarts down into turn one. Trying to survive that is going to be what everybody's going to focus on as a driver for the remainder of this race. And at the drops that you saw on that roof camera,
We should be seeing some pit stops soon. Yep, here comes Ryan Blaney, Austin Dillon. That's it. Oh, here comes Stenhouse, Allmendinger. Oh, Briscoe stays out. Gilliland.
Austin Dillon coming down. Same thing, Kim, going to slicks for them. Good day for Austin Dillon, working his way into the top 10 there with those guys pitting out some stage points.
Trevor, it's been a frustrating day for AJ Allmendinger, still trying to fight through that damage they suffered earlier in the race. They've had some speed in the car despite all of this.
And a few others pitted as well.
But AJ has been quite frustrated after that. Real quick on the 88 and their decision, given the gap to Stephen Dorian, it is starting to sprinkle here.
Allmendinger is down and away.
There is heavier rain coming in 15 minutes, but if it stays dry, their plan, Steve, run all the way to lap 10.
It keeps saying that rain is about 15 to 20 minutes away, but where is it? I don't know.
It's like all their apps and channels are connected.
All connected. Shows, movies, sports, cooking shows. Who's she talking to us? Tell me, how does DirecTV?
Oh, and it looks as though Larson's back on track after that crash he was involved in with Kyle Busch, Allmendinger, and Zane Smith.
Introducing genre packs starting at $34.99.
Well, I for one am intrigued.
To tell you the truth.
Also, Justin Haley's back on track. Then get back going again.
The attention. The celebrity. The bragging rights. The bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Okay, that was odd. Don't know what that was about. If we get a sudden downpour, then and they can't continue, they just call it. Yeah, that might be the case. If they keep saying that the rain is about 15 to 20 minutes away, it might be the case. Like I said, we're past halfway, so.
There's nothing like a great duo. 2 flavors, 1 bag. New Jack Link's Duos. Greetings from Daytona. Where big dreams to the strip beach and turn into a
Zane Smith's back on pit road, trying to get some extra repairs. Nope, just a regular service, a pit stop. Just a regular pit stop service.
Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
All right, and we are back.
Exclusive in-race feature key moments during today's broadcast by clicking down on your remote. It's the easiest way to catch up on race highlights and flag changes as they happen. And if at On Prime, we've got you covered with race moments in 2 minutes or less. Here's Danielle.
Double A, this thing is getting good. We have split strategies for the leaders. Ty gets dumped to pit road. SVG stayed out. And oh, by the way, it's starting to rain again, Corey.
I don't know what is going on because this really was a two-horse race between the 54 and the 88. Dale mentioned earlier about just SVG's confidence in road courses. He's moving the brake bias multiple times a lap. And when all these other guys are nervous about wets and dries, SVG's taking the stick nice and calm.
Yeah, you guys are doing such a good job of describing this messy thing. The only thing I can add is when we watched the cars here, when Shane was out front in control, his car was smoother than everyone else. When he was chasing down the 54, they were both wiggling quite a bit. I think the effort level is picking up through the day. Very impressive.
He's good on a long run. Now with the rain, strategy, does it go out the window? Who do you like here? Who does this favor? By the way, Suarez, the hometown hero, is running 10th.
I don't know. I don't know. I think the Agents still in control of the race for now. We'll see. Because it's trying to rain a little bit, then it stopped. It's not raining right now, so who knows what's going to happen.
I'm so glad we've got a crew.
Yeah, who knows?
Steve Letarte will pay you double at the end of the day for all your efforts. By the way, earlier in the race when it was raining, SVG was a
And they should be coming through the choose rule now, since we're on the 1 to go signal, and we're coming back to green this time by.
You don't even really have to be right on which strategy is, and that's really the surprise move of the race for me.
Yeah, it's our IHOP surprise move of the race.
Surprise move of the race? Yep, definitely. When Ty Gibbs decided to pit, and SVG decided not to pit under the caution, while a few others did decide. All right, and they're choosing.
A little shot fake there on what's happening strategy-wise on the track. About to hit the halfway point here as we prepare for the final stage. Front row, Shane Van Gisbergen, Christopher Bell. They have combined for 4 wins on the road in NASCAR's top level of competition. Bowman McDowell right behind them.
Yeah, there's a lot of different tire strategies.
All right, here we go.
Obviously, the front row
Through the stadium section. Crowd is getting amped up in the stadium.
A lot of disparity in tire and speed and grip throughout the field. That should give them an opportunity to get away here.
All right, pace car is off. We're about to begin the final stage, the final 50 laps here in Mexico. All right, green flag, final stage underway. Christopher Bell got a good jump on the inside. On the outside, he's trying to clear SVG side by side. Oh, here they come into turn 1. Everybody's 3 and 4 wide, just about. Oh, McDowell goes way off track. Where is he going? Where is he going? Briscoe missed the corner. Someone else did as well. Where was McDowell going there? While that was getting sorted out, Christopher Bell goes to the lead. But SVG kind of puts the bumper to the 20. Oh, hang on to Bell. Yep, Christopher Bell is now up front in the middle of this mix. Up in front leading.
Further into this stint, how much further he goes on this set of tires, will he have trouble in the braking zone to be able to get the performance he needs with that flat spot at right front?
Chris Buescher had that early situation on the slicks.
Oh, someone spun it. Who was that? It's Ross Chastain. He keeps going.
He gets turned around. The tail of the field. And NASCAR confirmed everybody that got shoved off course or went off course all blended and gave back positions. No gains, no penalties.
All right.
He saw McDowell when he came back on, turn down the aggression level to make sure he didn't advance his position, but he's trying to advance it now. 71 out.
Now Michael McDowell's trying once again on Alex Bowman. But no, Bowman holds off that challenge. He keeps the lead, keeps the 3rd position. As we take a look at what happened to Ross Chastain. Whoa! Not enough room there in the stadium section. And here it is, the initial restart. Because everybody was all jumbled up on top of each other, and McDowell just goes way off.
You saw right there was contact with the 77, got him loose with 71. Gosh.
Oh my.
It's chaos, and it's just going to get
Oof.
worse if we get more restart. Look at everybody's running into everybody here.
Oh my gosh. And there's Briscoe. He couldn't go anywhere except off the course to avoid it. Yep. Wise decision for McDowell to intentionally miss the corner and give back those positions.
Smart of him, though, to get it back because he doesn't want NASCAR to make him stop at the Joker lane. That's
Yeah.
a big penalty that's observed with the field so bunched up.
Just two racing for third, really getting after it.
Oh, and Stenhouse goes spinning.
Stenhouse goes for a ride.
Come on, dude, keep going.
Doesn't want to fire. There it goes.
Oh, he's trying to get it refired.
He's got it going now. That's
Yep, and there he goes again. He gets it refired, and he's going.
We got a good battle right here. Riley Herbst, who had
Meanwhile, we got a battle for position. It looks as though position number 7 between Riley Herbst and Daniel Suarez. As we look at what happened to Ricky Stenhouse. Yep, looked like Keselowski got into him. Whew. Everybody else did a great job avoiding that.
But the 6 able to snake through there. You talked about Riley Herbst. He was great in qualifying, as you said. But they've done a great job in the race today as well. 7th right now. And back behind him, I mean, there is pushing and shoving going on. 60 is
Dang, a
running
lot of pushing and shoving.
is Cole Custer.
Woo-wee.
There as well.
Yeah, the man that's been
Yep, there's Ty Gibbs.
most of this race. Ty Gibbs.
Mired back in traffic.
It's not gonna get
Oh, a lot of contact as SVG. We got a battle for the lead as SVG and Christopher Bell are battling for the top spot. Oh! And SVG muscles his way to the lead from Christopher Bell.
88 going to lead this lap as they come back down the front straightaway. Inside of 50 laps to go in the race.
He's in a position to, he's going to fade low here.
Well, Christopher Bell looks low. SVG blocks. Now he's going to try to look on the left side.
These high altitudes chokes the engines off, smokes the brakes. So some is just old school speedway racing. Remember, just poking out, get a little air. That's right.
But SVG took the defensive line in the middle. He pulls away just a couple of car lengths, but not by much. Oh, wow. Yeah, Christopher got way wide, and SVG dives it in turns 12, and 12 and 13. And SVG is like, nah, this is mine. Get out of the way. Get out of my way.
And the knowledge of the track to understand the line I need to take now to make sure I'm in the preferred position going to the next turn. He managed that so well coming from 11 through the stadium and then ultimately through 14 and 15, and now he's starting to stretch it.
There was something on the 41 car of Custer. Where did you see that?
Staying out, the 54 will look on the left-hand side, the 54 up to 7th, and what matters is that gap, 6.3 seconds back.
Yep, when it comes to road courses, SVG is him. You said it right. You said it correctly, Alessandro.
So right now, Ty Gibbs is absolutely on the whip, trying to get this thing forward, trying to get...
There's Ty Gibbs, up to 7th right now.
How you coach your driver. You telling Ty, be patient here, or just get after
time.
it.
Go time. If you want to win your first race after 102 starts, now's the time. You got to find us some time.
You give me a 22-year-old that's playing aggressive and his name is Gibbs, I'll take that. Look at this.
Whoa. A lot of pushing and shoving between Eric Jones and Ryan Blaney. Oh my gosh, Jones. It looked like there was something stuck on the front of the car. How? I didn't even see that. I didn't even catch that. And meanwhile, a bit deep in the field between Ryan Truex, Brad Keselowski, Ross Chastain, and Tyler Reddick. This is deep in the field because Ross Chastain got spun out, and he's trying to make up those positions he's lost. Oh, and Hocevar is off track. He keeps going. Oh, and Ryan Truex just spun off turn 4. He keeps going as well. Oh, and he spun again. Hey, Truex, you didn't win the race. Keep going. No, that's not a yellow. That's not a yellow.
Like us, you might be suffering from moderate to severe obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA.
Oh, and Austin Cindric trying to take it from Riley Herbst. And it looks as though he will for the 8th position. Good run for Herbst, too. Rookie driver running solidly in the top 10.
OSA is a chronic condition tied to breathing interruptions and oxygen deprivation during sleep. You're undiagnosed. That was us. Talk to your doctor about OSA. Let's keep being humans.
We're set up for long runs. This is a huge season for us. I'm sorry, I just don't think Ryan Preece has what it takes.
Be careful. I worry about you.
Hey, Ryan. Remember, have fun up there.
Smiling first can help someone find the courage to do the same.
All right, and we are back once again.
46 laps to go in Mexico City as Chevy is leading. So with that, we get our Chevy team update. Shane Van Gisbergen.
Chevy team update. SVG first, McDowell third, Bowman fourth, Suarez 7th, and Ty Dillon 14th.
14th, and that's after they made a pit stop back at lap 41. So when you look at the strategy side of things, maybe they'll require less fuel, put themselves in a very good position to maintain track position.
And here's what happened to Carson Hocevar. Way off. Goes through the grass. And keeps it going. And just as that happened, Ryan Truex loops it. That's the second time he's looped it. Yep, Ross. Yep. Incoming thanks, Ross memes. Incoming thanks, Ross memes.
Situation right there, Chastain would have let him go. They would have not wrecked in that first stage. That's over with.
And this battle between Chase Briscoe and Ryan Preece still going on for the 11th spot. And Ty Dillon, whoa, Preece, where's he going? Almost hits the wall. He got way wide as Ty Dillon gets muscled out of the way by Chase Briscoe. Watch out. Watch that wall. True. That was tight through that stadium section as Ryan Blaney now goes 3 wide on Bubba Wallace and Ryan Preece.
He's trying to get back to the 43, Barry Jones, so he can deliver some payback from what happened earlier there.
And battle for the 4th spot. There goes Ty Gibbs right by Alex Bowman for the 4th spot. And Ty Gibbs continuing to pick them off one at a time. Oh, Custer. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. Arguing over positions. Yep, as Alessandro just said, all take, no give at this point. Priest just overcooked it. Clips the tire barrier just a little bit. Thankfully, it wasn't heavy. Then Ty Dillon gets muscled out of the way by Briscoe.
chip him. It cost him a few. That's really frustrating if you're Ty Dillon. You just passed a handful of these cars, and now you got to try to
Oh, oh my. It's getting late. It's getting late in the race. Those late stages where everyone starts to get antsy.
As you set back to 18. Remember, you went hey, we are closing in on the final stop. We're a few laps away from the final pit window opening. I need you to get me in position. We need this, we need that, right? The goals being clear, the chaos of the wet, the chaos of everything else is behind it. And the picture is becoming clear that you need to get going if you're not in position. That, and you're getting tired of getting run into. Even if maybe the guy that you're chasing down isn't one to hit you, you're still not going to cut him a break. And now they're really...
Here goes Chase Elliott underneath Chase Briscoe in the first corner. It's the Chase and Chase show for the 11th spot.
Acceleration to turn 4. That was really nicely done by the 9. The way he kind of backed that corner up and turned low, and that is a very impressive position.
And it looks as though Elliott has the preferred line going in turn 4, and he will do so. Up to the 11th spot goes the 9. Oh, Briscoe goes a little wide through those S's. Now Eric Jones trying to capitalize, not able to do so that time. But meanwhile, behind this battle, we got a battle for the 14th spot as William Byron takes that position away from John Hunter Nemechek. But Nemechek's not giving up. Now he does. Now he's about to give that position up to Ryan Blaney. And Blaney goes to the 14th, to the 15th spot. Oh my. Yep. Yeah, after that contact that Ryan Blaney received from Eric Jones, he is hot right now. He is trying to get to the 43 to send him a message. Whoa, little lock up there. There's Ty Dillon.
Doesn't take much, does it? There's the 40 now trying to look to the inside.
And here goes Eric Jones trying once again on the inside of Briscoe. Contact! And there goes the 43 wide. And there goes Byron to the inside or the left side. And he takes that position away from Eric Jones. And here's Ryan Blaney. What's he going to do to Eric Jones now after that contact he sustained? What's he going to do? Yep, here they come into the stadium section. And there goes Byron going to the right side of Briscoe. Little lock up. A little wide, but he gets the position.
He throws the block on the entry to 12 there. Keep the 19 from going to the inside.
Jones racing Briscoe out of the stadium. Blaney waiting in the wings. Nemechek right there behind him.
Blaney's had a chance to ship that 43 in the end.
Nope. Blaney wasn't able to do it, but Jones once again goes wide off the final corner, but he maintains his position there. Yep. And now the final pit window is open. The final pit window is open at this time.
There's just been so much to watch and try to keep track of in this race.
Briscoe struggling with his car the last several laps. Blaney's going to look to the inside here. Briscoe's going to drive it down in there and try to keep the spot. Oh, a little lockup from the 12.
Now lock up once again as he's on the bumper of Chase Briscoe now.
Blaney's like, man, you're holding me up. I need to get by you. You know you're struggling. Why did you hold me up into turn 4? It cost us all this time. Blaney's going to try to get the front here. 19 just has no drive, swinging the back all the way through the S's. Blaney to the outside. Nothing preferred line. Briscoe's going to argue a little bit down here in the corner.
And Blaney once again through the left side of Briscoe, and he will take that position away. That's for the 14th spot.
He said, hey, I'm seeing some rain on the track, so they're going to do extra laps here, Kim, to see what the rain does.
There it is, that rain talk once again. That rain talk once again that SVG's crew has been talking about. Well, don't look now, but Ty Gibbs, he is on a mission right now. Just blew by Michael McDowell for the 3rd spot, and he is not done. He is not done yet.
And you see the 54. They had a larger window. They were the most recent on pit road today. Last stopped on 43, so they had a lot of leeway on what they can do in terms of strategy.
Absolutely, Kim. That is a big opportunity for Gibbs. He has driven all the way back up to 3rd. Continues to be the fastest car on the racetrack every single lap. 5.5.
Now he's about to be on the bumper of the 20 car, Christopher Bell.
He should come off of pit road right on the rear bumper of SVG. It's going to all come down to pit stops.
And here comes Christopher Bell on pit road. The first driver to pit.
Losing rear grip that run this hard, though. Very good on the long run. They'll take the 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans, and pack it full of no fuel.
Remember, backwards pit stops. That is clunky. It is slower. It's very easy for the driver to drive too many laps so small. You saw the 20 weight on gas. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep, Christopher Bell, he waited on fuel to make sure that was packed full.
And where they are, Cindric back there in 4th, hit it at lap 41. Chase Elliott lap 42. Other drivers that have good track position that should not really have to wait on fuel, and that means they minimize their time and open the door to gain some position here through this cycle of stops.
SVG with much older tires is just trying to maintain that gap on Gibbs. Gibbs with fresher tires can run until he's uncomfortable, right? So he can run extra laps if he needs. We'll see how much longer the 88 runs. Him and the 20 were only about a couple of laps apart. So
now we got to keep an eye on the 88, the 54, and the 20 at this point, because those 3 drivers were pretty much going to be the battle for the win. The drivers battling it out for the win. SVG continues to stay out.
Fuel economy much better than expected in the higher elevation, plus the rain and a bunch of different things working for the 88. What a battle this is going to become. And now the 20 who's already pitted.
Oh yeah, this is definitely going to be a battle.
32nd. He just needs to use those brand new tires to try to make as much time as possible. Now the best thing that can happen for the 20 is a yellow right now. The 20 would stay out, everyone would pit, and he'd be the leader again. Here we are on board with Christopher Bell. Kim.
Yeah, 48 on pit road. They stayed out.
And here's Bowman on pit road. Same with Busher, and Ryan Preece is on pit road. Bowman waiting on fuel, and he is down and away. Oh, Preece a lot slower that time. What is going on? A lot slower pit stop for Preece. Well, no, that was Busher. That was Busher that had a slow stop, not Preece. Never mind.
Winning that stage, we'll see what they do for the stretch run. One of those drivers that came in thinking about playoffs and all the punch need to gather to get in.
So let's just see exactly how long the 88 is in his pit box. If he does, in fact, pit this time, you see Gibbs has knocked it down to just over 5 seconds. Got another chunk of time on the 88.
And here comes SVG on pit road. SVG's coming in this time by.
That's a nice job getting on. Now they will have to wait on fuel. You would love, if you're a Shane Van Gisbergen fan, you want to see a 49
Now hand the lead over to Ty Gibbs.
There's a chance the 54 could jump you on pit road.
The other thought here, don't make mistakes. You cannot speed in this situation, Marty.
Okay, you can't afford to make a mistake. Oh, it was slow on the left front. Wait on fuel. And he's down and away.
Pretty close, just over 15 seconds. I think this battle between the 80 and the 54 should be good. At a normal track, I think the 54 can make up a ton of time, but this backwards pit stop, it's hard to do very quickly.
That was pretty close.
Now, for the 54, a caution would be the end of the day. Because the 88 has enough fuel, the 54 still have the pit. So now, how long does Gibbs dare to stay out?
Yeah, that is the question now. How long can Ty Gibbs stay out there? Because a caution could definitely flip things upside down.
Does Gibbs dare stay on the racetrack knowing we have cars that have already pitted? If the yellow comes out, he will restart behind every car that's already been to pit road.
Bowman needs a solid top 10 finish. He's losing points on the cut line on a week-to-week basis. Yeah, at this point, he needs to. And the thing is, Bowman looked really strong at the beginning portion of this season. Now it's kind of tapered off. All right, we're in the middle of green flag pit stops, but we'll see who is the next driver to pit. But so far, it's Ty Gibbs, who has been the dominant driver, continuing to lead here at Mexico City.
The secret spot. A high-performance hideout for cars that crave chaos. Brakes, check. Roll cage, check. The spoiler's so big it doubles as a picnic table. Oh, bet. Every apex we nail, every second we shave, it's all knowledge that goes right back to your ride.
Oh, and Hocevar goes spinning. That's at the exit of turn 14, right in front of Alex Bowman and Custer. Is he going to get going again? Is he going to get going? He's trying to get that thing refired. Looks as though Hocevar's trying to get it refired. Oh, and the caution is out! The caution is out! I was just saying that a caution would definitely flip things upside down, and now it's out because Hocevar stalled on the track at the exit of turn 14 and could not get it rolling. I don't think that was what Ty Gibbs wanted to see. I don't think that was what Ty Gibbs wanted to see. Now Hocevar gets going again.
Cheddar for a new cheddar crust pizza sent down to our kitchen from the cheddar heavens.
Actually, it was sent down here from very far.
You know that works. Yeah. We're making you a one-topping cheddar crust pizza for $11.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
What you're looking at is the most powerful being on planet Earth. I will not accept that.
Back to the fray.
Next up for NASCAR on Prime, Pocono. I've been looking forward to this one. Here we are.
Caution for what? It was for Carson Hocevar spinning out in turn 14, and he could not get it refired. That was not, I don't think that was what Ty Gibbs wanted.
NASCAR on Prime, presented by Chewy. The caution is out. The game has changed.
The game has changed. The one thing that couldn't happen for the cars who had yet to pit,
Yep.
specifically the 54 of Ty Gibbs, was a yellow flag. The yellow 11 cars have come to pit road. They will stay out. Ty Gibbs will lose all the
track position. Let's take a look exactly what brought the yellow out, Adam.
Yep, here it is.
77.
Yep, Hocevar just looped it. Hocevar just looped it, and he could not get it restarted. No, John, it wasn't for weather. It was for Hocevar spinning, and he could not get it refired.
So now you just said, remember, this is Ty Gibbs was so frustrated last week with the fuel window. He couldn't figure out how, his teammate Denny Hamlin won, and he didn't have enough gas. And now here he is. His crew chief has decided, I didn't hate the call. I know he wanted fresh tires. We laid out the risk. The risk was the yellow. The yellow has killed him. Now he'll come to pit road. Let's listen to him in 54.
Yep.
So I agree 100% with his crew chief. I love what he said, but right there, Tyler, so we're not out of this. 11 cars have pitted. We're going to have 35 to go. You just drove from 14th to 2nd. You have car enough to win this race. We always talk about keeping your driver plugged in. Right now, Tyler Allen, that's what he needs to do. Just keep his driver plugged in, knows he still has a chance to win this race.
He also can't make mistakes in this situation. Ryan Priest, too many pit boxes when he made his pit stop.
Well, we'll see how this turns out, I guess. The game has changed big time.
Yeah, now you're getting the picture.
All right.
We've had a little bit of everything. NASCAR Cup Series racing for the first time in Mexico City. Steve Letarte,
We are back, and we should be seeing the 11 drivers who did not make their pit stop come in this time by.
When it opens, and a lot of cars will be there, that makes execution.
And here comes Ty Gibbs in, along with the others that did not pit.
Coming down now to get 4 tires. They told the driver, do not wait on fuel. We're going to go on the jack. We're good on that. And then Austin said,
Do not wait on fuel, McDowell says.
Now they debated coming down this time with moving rain in the forecast.
McDowell's down and away.
He heard the radio
Cindric's down and away. And Ty Gibbs down and away.
Execution is key. Can't afford a penalty here. Don't want to lose any more track position. Ty Gibbs maintains of those that made a pit stop. +2 for Chase Elliott. McDowell loses 1. Byron gains a spot. So does Blaney. Cindric going in the wrong direction. 9 drivers staying out here in this cycle as we have a caution just over 30 laps to go.
We are restored for some excitement.
Back down to Marty.
Adam, this felt perfectly for Shane Van Gisbergen, who is now in the lead. But after the pit stop, he radioed Stephen Dory and his crew chief, said, I think we have a loose wheel. They have checked video here, also back at the team headquarters
Loose
in
wheel.
North Carolina. They confirmed that we got all the lug nuts tight. But twice now, since that radio transmission, SVG has said on the radio, and he's talking about it right now as well, he said it does not track right. Something does not feel right with the car. I'm going to trust you guys. All the lug nuts are tight. Something's wrong.
That might be something to look after. You're going to have to take a look at that. Keep an eye on that. SVG saying he feels like he has a loose wheel, but the crew's saying they got the lug nuts tight, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. All right, Credit One Bank wants to watch. Steve Letarte has Ty Gibbs, of course, the most dominant driver of the day. Dale Jr. has his eyes on Christopher Bell, who started 31st in this race, already running second right now.
This year, this guy's strong on the road courses as he's shown us everything today.
Despite the question marks and everything.
And of course, Adam Alexander has his eyes on SVG.
I just need to qualify well. That was Friday. He went out and delivered yesterday qualifying.
Qualified on the pole, now trying to deliver in Mexico City, trying to get his second career win in the Cup Series.
And really upset the playoff apple cart because he's 33rd in the standings.
Just look at his 88 pit stop. Remember, normally loose wheels are when the jack gets dropped before wheels are tight. Left side's a little bumbling coming off, but they're both tight well before the jack man drops. You come to this side, they're waiting on gas, so while they're in a hurry, they're like 80%. Right side's tight. The jack is set down nice and easy, so there's not a guarantee that the wheels are tight, but I see why the team feels confident. There wasn't really any question mark about when the jack dropped.
We'll still have to keep an eye on that. Still have to keep an eye on that. All right, here we go. Pace car off. Once they get the restart, it will be 32 laps to go. All right, green flag. 32 laps to go. Again, Christopher Bell had a better restart on the left side, but SVG trying to stay tough on the left, on the right. Side by side going into the first corner. Who's going to outbrake first? Of course, SVG holds off the challenge, but here comes Alex Bowman up to second. Oh my gosh, and Ryan Truex goes spinning. He keeps it straight somehow. Wow. Some underdog names up inside the top 5. John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer inside the top 5. And there's Ty Gibbs already up to 10th after that little skirmish in the first 3 corners. Oh, man, Briscoe. The Chase and Chase show battling for the 8th spot. Where's Ty Gibbs going to go? Oh.
Already 10th in the running order, staying right in the game.
Hoping this will sort itself out. Just doesn't really know which way to go. Can he go 3 wide here? Probably not a good idea.
Not good. Wise decision for Ty Gibbs not to go 3 wide.
Celebrates the inside of the 19 and gets the spot. I actually thought Ty Gibbs showed really nice patience there because that 3 wide was open, but you and I agreed
Well, they are 3 wide between McDowell, Herbst, and Blaney back there. Three wide, still 3 wide in the first corner as McDowell just squeezes his way through past Herbst and Blaney.
He will sneak up and grab you at a road course, no doubt about it, Alex Bowman.
Yeah, Alex Bowman up into the second position and challenging for the lead, potentially for the win. Could he do it? Could he do it? He's going to have to get on the wheel, though. He's going to have to get on that wheel, though. This is on the restart as everybody again jumbled up. Oh. Jeez, Ryan Truex has been getting bumped, banging all day long. That's like the 3rd time he's been turned around. This time he was able to keep it straight. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I bet Hamlin is smiling. I bet Hamlin's glad that he's not a part of this. Jeez. Holy cow. I can guarantee you that Ryan Truex wants to get the hell out of Mexico once this is all said and done. Zane Smith going off course after that left front. Yeah, that left front is toast.
Back to Kim's report. I'm no doctor, but on Friday we saw Alex take the 3 steps out of the back of his trailer in a gingerly fashion. This is definitely, you can see he was uncomfortable. That only impresses me more. This drive that this 48's put together. You know, if you have any sort of leg or back pain, pushing on the brake pedal, Dale, it's got to be one of the most painful things to have to do. You have to push so hard.
Bell got a little wide, but he's still hanging tough with the top 3. Meanwhile, back with Ty Gibbs, who is doing everything he can to try to get around Chase Elliott to contend for the win, for the lead and the win, but he's kind of stuck right now.
Similar tires. Trevor. Yeah, we expected that 54 to drive forward, but right in front of him is Chase Elliott, who's on the same tire strategy, the newest tire built for that lap 67.
Yep, that is true. Chase Elliott did pit on the same lap that Ty Gibbs pitted. And so far, Elliott has the advantage of who can get up to the lead faster. But everyone's starting to get strung out. And single file as Ty Gibbs. A little bit of a lockup. He tried to do a YOLO. None to his advantage. Oh, good run for Chase Elliott through the S's. Going right by Chastain. Right by Chastain. And here goes Ty Gibbs once again, going to the inside of the 1. But Chastain holds off that challenge and almost can't do it. Can't do it. Oh, Dylan and Josh Berry. That's Austin Dillon and Josh Berry. Berry keeps it going straight. Dillon's trying to get refired. Can he get refired and get going? Of course, Logano had to hit him. Was that revenge from Richmond last year? I'm guessing that was revenge from Richmond last year. That Logano got to Dillon.
That 60 that got through Ryan Preece, I know he mentioned that penalty, but that penalty, you know, it's a big points penalty. You have to go to the tail end. He's only running 22nd at the moment. Came in on the cut line, had such a great stage one. See if Preece can recover and try to get some points back.
It looks as though Dillon got refired and kept going once again.
Bowman trying to keep it close.
Bell hanging tight too.
Absolutely. That's all you can do. You talked about the 54 locking the tires up. What the 40 and the 20 have to do right here is you just can't let the 88 get out there far enough that they can cruise. You can't let him just kind of quick attack the braking zone, take care of his tires. You got to just stay close enough that he feels he has to push. I know it's a tall order, but hopefully maybe try to push him into a mistake. Gary McGrath Keselowski has to go to the Joker lane and go stop and go, cutting the course at some point.
Yep, Keselowski's stop and go for cutting the course. Oh, and around goes Riley Herbst. Watch out. Watch the traffic. Right in front of Stenhouse. Jesus. Jeez, Herbst. Oh, my gosh. Jeez. Oh, and Herbst. A little help from Byron. And this is close. Oh, man. Wow. That was close.
It was a scary one for Ricky, and I'm guessing Riley was holding his breath too when he tried to turn that thing around.
You can't wait for the whole field to go by because you're just losing positions. But how do you get turned around? Dangerous.
Michael McDowell, 71, 10th on the day.
Now looking at Ryan Blaney as he's working on Chase Briscoe. This is for the 11th spot.
70% of it's around one car. Finally just gets so frustrated.
It's like that old rule, right? When you have a confrontation with a
Yeah.
driver that
Ha 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 ha! This is payback from Richmond.
You're saluting the fans. Still see their gifts stuck behind Chastain. Trying to get to this battle. Not going anywhere.
And meanwhile, battle for second as Christopher Bell, he's done playing around. He's trying to get by Alex Bowman because he's starting to lose ground to SVG.
Let's just remind everyone, Alex Bowman started in row 50. Christopher Bell row 60. So with the rain and the chaos and the strategies and all the things that happened, 88 was the pole sitter. But second and third started outside the top 30. And here they are, they've cycled their way into the picture.
But you know something that I would add.
Well, Bowman started 29th. It was really Christopher Bell that started outside top 30. Oh my gosh! As Bowman is really doing everything he can to hold back Christopher Bell because he wants the second place more.
Makes minimal mistakes. Doesn't really beat his tires up. Really pushing his car, sliding tires. He's speeding his car up. So he needs to make the pass quickly because eventually the 48 is going to have a little bit better balance, a little more performance in the braking zone and so forth. And this pass gets harder and harder as the laps go by.
Van Gisbergen leading jumps him up, and that shifts the playoff cut line. Despite that, Alex Bowman, who came in only 13 to the good, finds himself now plus 29. Even though the cut line is moved, that's
Well, I'm sure he would have been pissed with Riley Herbst.
live numbers here.
Yeah, Priest 28 below, 88 not leading. Priest jumps above, and the line moves down a slot. So that's why you just, what did Buescher say this week? He feels like he has to win. This is why. Not just points. He feels that cut line is going to change the winners.
You said something earlier this weekend, Steve, that as we go through the next 10 races, getting towards the playoffs, somebody like, the 23, Bubba Wallace could find himself right on top of the cut line.
All right, as we're going to side-by-side commercial, it is SVG up front, continuing to lead here in Mexico City with less than 25 laps to go.
Take that, DirecTV pigeons and your overpriced satellite TV.
My day, you had to walk uphill both ways to save money.
Sounds like a lot of hills back then. Now you could just upgrade a dish, save $30 a month, and get 3 months free.
3 months free.
3 months free.
Take that
Save up to $30 a month and now get 3 months free. At Napa, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business. Pros everywhere you need us, with every part you need. From brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California. To oil filters.
Oh, because he almost got into Stenhouse. I see. We could see a weekend where no American had won a race this weekend in Mexico. It could happen with SVG leading and trying to pull away.
Ever since we hired Dale Jr. and IHOP, breakfasts have been moving fast.
All right, looks like the pancakes got through. Take a break.
Oh my gosh. And Ty Gibbs putting the bumper to the one car, Ross Chastain. He's trying to get up through the field.
Whenever we're set up for long runs, this is a huge thing in the truck. I'm sorry, I just don't think Ryan Priest has good attention.
Worry about it.
Here I am. Remember that fun up there.
Smiling first can help someone find the courage to do the same.
And so far up front, Alex Bowman is doing SVG a favor right now as he's continuing to hold back Christopher Bell. That's allowed SVG to pull away just a little bit.
Great racetrack. A lot of action all weekend long.
Cup Series racing today, presented by Chewy. 24, coming to 23 laps to go. Shane Van Gisbergen out front, Alex Bowman, Christopher Bell, John Hunter Nemechek, Chase Elliott, the top 5.
Elliott's up inside the top 5. Okay. All right. Okay.
Very challenging season. Now in position for their first top 10 of the year. And Trevor, we got to remember, Cole Custer's a 2-time winner on road courses in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
And Kevin, another good job in the Xfinity Series on road courses that showed promise in the Cup Series as well as Chris Buescher here in the 17. Really good all weekend on the long run, but on this run, he's had to play defense really free.
This is Custer's best race of the year. Yep, so far in the 6th position. 6th position for Cole Custer right now.
Caught the caution at the right time and showing the speed in this one car. Chastain told me yesterday, I'm still a student when it comes to road courses, Adam. I would say that today's session has gone pretty well for that one team.
No doubt about it.
Think about the opposite. Mark just talked about how far behind Chastain was. Well, Gibbs was leading when that caution came out. Pit crew did a great job. Was the first off pit road. He just hasn't gone anywhere in this traffic. They're all kind of modeled up behind this 41 of Cole Custer coming into 14. Buescher would love to get this run off this corner to be able to make a pass down here in turn 1.
There's Christopher Buescher, Chris Buescher, trying to work on Cole Custer, trying to get that 6th spot away from him.
That's a bit of an oval style turn as you're throttling up. And a huge power disadvantage. When I talked to the engine tuners and the crew chiefs, they said that we already are reduced a tremendous amount of horsepower because of the thinner air. They said when you get behind the car in front of you, because remember the air goes in that radiator inlet, they said it drops even more.
Raindrops, huh?
Cars offset has nothing to do with downforce as much as it is just more power and more brake cooling. On acceleration, I would tend to be.
Grandpa, there's raindrops. No, there isn't, Ty. Stop lying. A bit of a dive bomb there from Ty Gibbs, trying to go around Ross Chastain, but to no avail. And up to fourth, Chase Elliott up to fourth.
Ambitious, maybe over-opportunistic or over-optimistic, I should say.
Oh, and McDowell took a peek on Ty Gibbs to no avail. Man, Gibbs is doing everything he can to get around Ross Chastain as McDowell puts the bumper to the 54. That was close.
To the one at Chastain, and the frustration just builds and builds the further you go back. Sense of urgency is up, 21 to go. Chase Elliott takes over fourth position from Nemechek. NASCAR running some really solid laps here late in the race.
And he escaped this mess, right? The 9 was in this mess, and he got through it, and now look what he's done. Right on board with Chase.
This is onboard shot of Chase Elliott up to P4. Whoa, and McDowell goes a bit wide, and Briscoe takes that position. Oh, watch it! And McDowell missed the S's completely, and that allowed Blaney to close the gap a little bit. He gathers it back up.
City, then we have Pocono, Atlanta, then we go to the streets of Chicago, the hills of Sonoma. There's a lot of different races coming up.
You got to keep Atlanta in there too. I know the road courses are a wild card because you have the AJ Allmendingers and the SVGs and so forth, but think about Atlanta as a racetrack too where somebody can sneak in and get a win that's below the cut line. Yeah, well, I mean, Suarez, right? There's a driver that hasn't won, must-win situation, and he won there last year. So when you look at it across the board, 9 drivers that won last season that haven't won this year, with the schedule that's coming up, anybody's guess how things will unfold down the stretch of the regular season.
Hard to believe it was only a couple years ago.
Turns out that there are only small raindrops. Yeah, I thought so. It wasn't that drastic. This was back in 2023, the first ever running on the Chicago street course, and SVG in his first Cup start at the time delivered in historic fashion. Became the first driver since Johnny Rutherford in 1963 to win on his Cup Series debut.
And he has been normalized at the other road course races that we regularly go to. But as we said at the top of the show, this is a new track for everyone, and it's shown all weekend. And it's just back. Marty.
And Junior, just think about the weekend for Shane Van Gisbergen. He was supposed to be on a flight to Mexico City from Charlotte, North Carolina on Thursday. That plane had a mechanical issue. He went back to the airport, had to leave his house at 3:30 in the morning to make a 5 a.m. flight to come.
I think SVG will win in his debut. Debut at Chicago in 2023. Like that's ever gonna happen. like that's ever gonna happen. And it did happen that time.
There's no doubt with 19 to go, he's just doing exactly what he needs to do.
Think about this, right? The first international race for the Cup Series in 1958. We have Daniel Suarez win yesterday. SVG can win today. We could have all international victors, right? 2 international drivers.
But you know what makes him so attractive is a full-time driver. And you look at the standings, you see where Van Gisbergen is and what that's done to the cut line. You know, last year he
and Alex Bowman's still hanging tough in the second spot. You gotta believe he too was doing everything he can to try to chase down SVG to try to be in position to win this. But I don't think he's gonna have enough time to do so. Still got 19 laps to go, coming to 18 once they cross the line.
But his comfort of this specific car goes up, even when he's not in a road course, right? You run all ovals, just time at the seat, time with the shifter, so it's less new, right?
He runs in this car each and every week. And then Dale, like you said, now the only new thing is the road course, which I agree with you, is an advantage for the driver of the 88. And then we get back to Alex Bowman. If you have a driver like the 88 winning and moving that cut line, Bowman had lost a chunk of points last week with that crash in Michigan. Needs this second place finish. He needs that good result today. Look at the run over the last 3 finishes, losing so many points to the cut line. This car was very comfortably in a position to make the playoffs. Now they're going to be, if they come out of here as we run right now.
Yeah, big points day for Alex Bowman if he can hang on to that second spot. He needed to have a good points day.
Another driver that found success a year ago in the streets of Chicago. It was an unbelievable battle.
Yep. Speaking of Alex Bowman, just last year, which was his last win at the Chicago Street Course, the day where he beat the mid-allegations, as I will say. And he got the win at Chicago in the Street Course. But it wasn't easy though, as he was holding off and he's doing everything he could to hold off a hard charging Tyler Reddick at the time. But in turn 5, Tyler Reddick made one mistake as he clipped the inside wall. That sealed the deal for Alex Bowman to get the win that day.
Issues with the car, the cooling, and the downforce. Let's talk about the human aspect. Well, here we are, 14-lap race flag run. 16's the longest we have run. We've been in the cars now for a couple hours. We're starting, that cardiovascular fitness, that drain of the high elevation. This is when added the frustration deal that you keep bringing in, that Gibbs has been following this bumper for the last 10 laps. All of that starts to add up. You just wonder who's going to get frustrated or who's going to make a mistake.
And back with Ty Gibbs, and he, after pitting under that caution, he really hasn't gone anywhere. He's just stalled out in 9th, while Chase Elliott, he's up to 4th. Yeah, Ty Gibbs, who led the most laps in this race, looks as though once again will be coming up short. At least now all he's hoping for is to run out to a top 10 position, but after the day he's had, he wanted more than that.
Great comeback after recording his first DNF of the year last weekend at Michigan. Prior to that, though, the team showing speed each and every week. Legacy Motor Club as an organization has made so many good strides. And from one Toyota team to another, we ride on board with Ty Gibbs, who continues to ride 9th behind Ross Chastain.
And you have to wonder at what point do they start to do something desperate in a braking zone or in a position where you typically might not see a pass. Losing a little bit of ground to that one car through the S's, that 54 not changing direction really well through the S's.
Ty Gibbs trying everything he could to try to get a run on Chastain, but he's just stalled out. He's just stalled.
Position is a point. Well, remember, there's a point for the fastest lap. Kyle Larson got TKO'd by the 8 car.
And there's Kyle Larson. The fastest lap? Dang. Kyle Larson, after being taken out in that turn 1 crash early on in the race, he's got the fastest lap.
Not sure I love that somebody could get that point 39 laps off, but hey, Kyle Larson.
Currently in the 36th spot because of the damage he sustained. But at least he has the fastest lap point, so that matters. Since the restart, Ty Gibbs only improved 1 position on track, even with fresher tires. Yeah. Do I think LM Legacy Motor Club is the most improved team this year? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And he's chasing his teammate right now for the regular season title in 2025 as they run 62 behind William Byron. We talk about the wild card races that are coming. That's why, as you said, you want to get every point you can to keep yourself in the game. There you see those regular season standings.
Those are regular season standings that they just showed.
19th is where he is in the running order. Before we talk about today, let's go back and celebrate what happened here 24 hours ago. Just remarkable.
And this was just yesterday in the Xfinity Series race. That's Daniel Suarez in the backup car, and he was able to deliver in front of the hometown crowd. Homecoming for Daniel Suarez. Now we fast forward to today, and Daniel Suarez is currently running in the 19th spot. As meanwhile, we got a battle for the second spot as Christopher Bell is done playing around. He is trying his best to get around Alex Bowman. He got a good run down the front stretch, but once again, Alex Bowman holding off the challenge. Whoa. Christopher Bell trying to get a good run through the S's to try to like dive on him. Tries to go left, tries to go right, but Alex Bowman still holding him off. Off turn 10. That was a good run that Christopher Bell got through turn 10. Here they come into the stadium section. Yep, and Alex Bowman's just going to let him have the spot. Yeah, Christopher Bell did everything. Alex Bowman did everything he could to stay in second. But now he's falling back to third. It's still a good points day for Bowman. Disappointing race for Suarez today. I thought he'd be more competitive. Yeah, I thought he'd be more competitive too. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
Straightaway, we're now heading. This is into 4, excuse me. At 2 and 3, there's so many different switchbacks. It's easy to get lost. Now we're heading into 4. That's long sweeper. Chase likes a little diamond there. Drive that car deep into there and let it drive up. Maybe a little bit too high, but still not really trying to stay tidy into turn 4. He's trying to get straight out of turn 4 to be able to get more momentum toward the S's. He's going to close in, hold it back in this 48 car quickly.
So currently riding on board with the 9.
Now we're entering the area that Trevor was just talking about. But with the trees and the straightaway, it's so easy to confuse 10 to 11 and 3 to 4 is what you talked about, Steve. Yeah, he's closing in pretty quickly on the back of that 48.
Crawling through turn 12. 13. 14. And 15, there it is.
Realistic for the NASCAR Chase Elliott to have a second place finish today. Steve, you talked about mental concentration. We're in the midst of our longest green flag run of the day. This race approaching 3 hours. So you start thinking about all that. 13 to go, got a green flag feel. You just got to make sure that you're mentally in the game down the stretch.
Yep, and Ty Gibbs, after taking those fresh tires onto that caution, he made up one spot and held on around in 9th for most of the time, but now he has dropped back to 11th as Michael McDowell takes that position away. He took the 10th spot away from Gibbs. Whoa, final green flag pit stops? Huh? What could this mean? What could this mean as they're talking about pit stops in the final stages? What could this mean? This late in the race with 13 coming to 12 laps to go? No, that can't be right. That can't be right.
just a race. It can be more than that for competitors, because if you allow your mind to take the other things in, you're placing something else in your focus. And this is where it kind of gets in that doldrum, right? Single file. Everybody is close enough that if you make a mistake, you're going to lose a spot. And we heard Kyle Larson say how difficult this racetrack was.
Look at the top 10. It's not just the drivers that are up there, but the organizations. Got a real nice mix. Colin, Gibbs, Hendrick, Legacy, Moss Factory Team, RFK, Michael McDowell representing Spire, rounding out the top 10. A lot of different organizations trying to put something together, finish it up in Mexico City.
If you go a little bit deeper back, right, you see William Byron come right here, then Jones, then we have the Dinger, and then this green hooded car right here, Bubba Wallace. You know, the running order is going to say 16.
Looking at Bubba Wallace in the 16th spot. He too was one of the drivers in above the cut line, plus 58 above the cut line, as it seems for now.
Can he save those 4 points of the guys that are behind him? Those are the difference makers when you get to the end of the regular season.
Here's the other thing I would say about that, and I'm curious to get your reaction, Dale. Today is a build-up to the schedule that's coming with the road races that are on the way. If you can do something positive here today, find some rhythm, you get in that road racing mode, and there can be some carryover when you get to Chicago, Sonoma, and on down the line.
Absolutely. Another car back there at the back of this line, the 60 Priest right here coming into the screen, won the first stage, and had a strategy that would likely have
Ryan Priest, there he is, running in the 20th position. He started third in this race. Oh, and again, Hocevar off the track. Keeps going this time. This time he keeps going. Just like Ryan Truex, he has been all over the place. Yep, just like Ryan Truex for the majority of this race, Hocevar has been all over the place.
Yeah, and junior credit to Derek Finley for making that call, for leaving his driver out, winning stage 1, earn those 10 stage points, and he said before the race, those might be very valuable. They will indeed be very valuable. But Steve, the biggest thing that's going to change for Ryan Priest's playoff picture is the fact that SVG is leading right now. Priest was tied at that cut line coming into this race, and if SVG hangs on right now, he's projected to be 27 below the cut line.
Dang.
That's the last new winner we're going to see in the regular season, so you're definitely going to have to.
And there's Hocevar, right behind Josh Berry. Oh, whoa! Oh no! Uh-oh! Oh jeez! Hocevar again got into Stenhouse once again. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not gonna go well. Oh, and Briscoe forced Chastain off the track.
Yeah, NASCAR will typically look at that and not penalize the driver that gets tagged and sort of has no option but to go that route. As long as he doesn't make a huge gain, which he doesn't.
You've got to be prepared for the unknown. Officiating unknowns have come into play here because the drivers just find some places you didn't know existed, and certain things unfold on track. And NASCAR's done a nice job this weekend buttoning everything up.
This is aggressive right here. These guys have been around each other for the last 30 laps, beating on each other through the corners. They continue. How about the work by these teams to make sure the engine stayed cool and the brakes heading into this head-off brake fade was going to be a big situation. I'm trying to deal the drivers are dealing with, less than optimal braking, but they're doing such a great job. You can't tell by this battle that they.
Whoa, Chastain! Big block on McDowell. Don't know what he was trying to accomplish there. McDowell not cutting any slack there. McDowell having none of it. Oh, and Chastain took a shot to Briscoe as well. Oh, whoa! Bit too wide there. A bit too wide there, Chastain. I love being in fourth instead of the lead. It's the best. Not. Well, actually, Chase Elliott just made the pass on Bowman for third.
I hate the guess, man, but I have to wonder if he slid the front tires at a couple points during this stint because that car just had such good performance.
Yeah, and Ty Gibbs back to 12th now. After taking those fresh tires, he's going nowhere but backwards. Yep, and there's Chase Elliott on the move on Bowman. No contest there.
Now can Chase Elliott go get about 3 seconds to pass Christopher Bell for second?
Grandpa! Stop sounding like a pterodactyl! I was running in first! No, you were not! I was close! No, you were not!
Yeah, I think that guy. You know, when you put him in a race car against the field, he just, with his techniques, now he uses the clutch throughout the lap, is going to be better for brakes. It's going to be better on the tires. If he's got a decent race car, over the course of 40 laps, he's going to beat everybody. And that's something that he knows how to do with that clutch that no one else does. It's like learning a foreign language.
But late in the late stages of this race, it has been all about SVG. It's already out to about 8.7 second lead over Christopher Bell. He is pretty much on cruise control. After starting on the pole, pretty much led the most laps right now since Ty Gibbs started to fall off late in the race.
He said, move your mic closer, and SVG simply said, we're good, don't worry about it. That's too funny, isn't it?
It's funny, but I understand what the crew chief's saying because he might be thinking if the caution comes out right now, I want to stay out anyway. So I know it's great to have a 9-second lead, but we don't need a 9-second lead. Now I understand SVG's like, don't distract me. This track is so difficult. If I lose my focus,
SVG. How about no? Yeah, I'm pretty sure SVG does not want to see a yellow right now. Because look at the gap he has opened up to Christopher Bell. Nearly 10 seconds of a lead. Solid comeback by Allmendinger. He's in the 14th spot. Yeah, I just looked at the leaderboard. Yeah, Allmendinger up to 14 after being caught up in that first stage crash in turn 1. Considering the damage he sustained from the lap 7 wreck. Yep. Hey Kyle, how do you feel that you're out of the race? I don't want to talk about it.
SVG using the heel and toe technique and basically using the clutch on downshift.
So heel toe cam. Oh my gosh. The heel toe cam. The grandpa, my car is slow. Well, Ty, you should have pitted before the caution came out. You should have pitted, Ty. Oh man.
That's something that the V8 supercar guys, they do their entire career. So what he's learned, this technique that he's brought here, is something that only he knows. And it is an advantage. And we talk about how the 54 can match his time early on the run.
Yeah, coming into this race, SVG was 31st in points. Talk about rookie slumps or rookie starts, since SVG is technically a rookie in his first full-time season in the Cup Series. But he shows up on the road courses, and today he is showing it in Mexico City, in NASCAR's first ever trip in the modern era outside of the U.S., across the border.
Than others at running the wall, right? This is the same idea. Each of these drivers, they've got to the top level of stock car racing because of their talent. And they're not all the same. It's not a blueprint, right? Everybody has a strength.
Meanwhile, looking at Chase Briscoe and Christopher Buescher, battling for the 8th spot, and Briscoe easily takes it away from the 17.
Nice late rally for a driver that was in the weeds early.
Look at this. Ty Gibbs just
And that's another spot loss for Ty Gibbs, as William Byron gets by him. Now Byron looking on Chastain, going for 11th. Contact, a little bit of contact made, but now Gibbs has an opportunity to get by Chastain, finally. Oh my gosh. As soon as I said that, Gibbs takes the 12th spot back. But anyways, 5 laps to go. It's Shane Van Gisbergen, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, and John Hunter Nemechek, the top 5 in the Cup Series' first ever race south of the border. And we might see for the first time, or probably the first time in the 2020s, a non-American driver win both races outside of the border. Mexico, of course, with Daniel Suarez in the Xfinity Series, and now today, Shane Van Gisbergen, howling from Auckland, New Zealand, former V8 Supercars racer, 3-time Supercar champion, looking for his second career win in the Cup Series. There's Michael McDowell up to the 6th spot. Good run for McDowell too. Trying to bring the car back home in one piece. That's all he needs to do. Bring it home in one piece.
It's amazing how well these drivers can make up time anymore. They're so good and not just going fast, but this whole new world of fuel management that's required at basically every track we go to. Every driver has their own little system, and they're becoming very good at saving. Talk about those points, McDowell's 18 where he runs currently, just 45 back. So, that is with the new winner of SVG. We showed you that. What you're doing. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. We showed the variety of racetracks coming. McDowell has to be excited. You see him re-jump.
And don't forget, guys, that after this NASCAR race is finished, it's off to the IndyCar race because they're racing at Gateway in prime time. So after this Cup Series race reactions is finished, it's off to the IndyCar race at Gateway. That'll be coming up in about an hour and a half from now.
That is the automatic ticket punch to the playoffs. However, when you're 45 out, which direction do you go? And it will become more and more clear as we get down the road, and maybe we will know when we hit Chicago and Sonoma. As Byron looks for another one, racing with Blaney in turn 4.
He's going to get the inside here and take that spot.
And Ryan Blaney just lost another spot to William Byron as Byron takes over the 10th spot from Blaney. Whoa! Watch out, Allmendinger. Got really close to those tires through those S's. That was really close.
Showing off his talent when it comes to this style of racing. 3 career wins on the road for AJ Allmendinger.
And here's a battle between Bubba Wallace and Ross Chastain. As Chastain's trying to hold off that challenge. This is for the 14th spot as Bubba Wallace holds off that challenge from Chastain.
In that one car, big for Bubba, who's 57 points above the cut line to maintain the advantage.
In the first stages of this race, it was a bit chaotic because of the rain, but in the second half of this race, things have started to calm down just a bit. And things took a turn with that caution when Carson Hocevar spun and couldn't get it refired. And that probably cost Ty Gibbs out a shot of his first career win. And now, looking at this battle between Ryan Preece, Joey Logano, and Austin Cindric, those two jostling for that position. And here comes Daniel Suarez into this mix.
Hours ago, much like Daniel Suarez, he has lots of people in the country of Australia.
Oh! He put the bumper to Logano there just a little bit, trying to show Logano that he's there too.
Inside about racing in the rain. Well, maybe Max gave him some insight racing in the dry as well. He knows how to dominate a race, and that's what SVG is doing here currently.
You know, Shane told me last year.
All right, this time by 2 laps to go for SVG. 2 to go for Shane Van Gisbergen. The only flag that SVG needs to see is the white flag. That's all he wants to see. He's been pretty much on the Sunday drive.
Even though I have plenty of knowledge, I want to gain a little more, and he is that guy. A very humble approach for Shane Van Gisbergen, 2 laps away from career win number 2.
Yeah, very comfortable lead. More than comfortable, an overgrowing lead he has over Christopher Bell and Chase Elliott. As there goes Michael McDowell underneath John Hunter Nemechek for the 5th position. Top 5 run from McDowell. How about that? And great run for Nemechek as well, late in the stages. Yeah, Legacy Motor Club has been on an incline recently. Great finishes for both drivers, both Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek. Nemechek especially. We'll see what happens later on in the season. As coming through the stadium section. Looking for the white flag is SVG through turn 14. And coming through turn 15, it looks as though he's going to get it. Off the final corner, this time by white flag. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank for Shane Van Gisbergen. One more time around in Mexico City.
Gotta be a great feeling. This is why you put a guy like this behind the wheel full time at the Cup level.
He's got to do 15 corners perfectly. He's got a more than comfortable lead over second place. 17 seconds over Christopher Bell. The 36-year-old from Auckland, New Zealand, 3-time Supercars champion and 80-time winner in the Australian V8 Supercars. Looking for his 2nd career win in the Cup Series. First full-time season as a rookie. Got his first career win at the Chicago Street Course in historic fashion in his first Cup Series debut at the time. Ran a full season in the Xfinity Series. Won 3 races that season. Now he comes full-time in the Cup Series, and he's looking very strong in the road courses. He came into this race 31st in points, but now he's going to turn his luck around. He's got a few more corners to go. And a slow Cody Ware in front of him. Through 11 and into the stadium section one last time. Through turn 12 and through turn 13. 2 more corners to go. The first name on the historic Mexico City trophy is going to go to a New Zealander as Shane Van Gisbergen rounds turn number 15. He has put on a clinic, and Shane Van Gisbergen cooks in Mexico City. What a drive, what a run for the rookie driver, Shane Van Gisbergen, collecting his 2nd career win in NASCAR's first Cup Series race south of the border.
the cut line. He's now got a spot in the playoffs, the 10th driver to win this year.
And with this win, he has punched his ticket into the postseason. And he's burning it down in the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez Stadium portion of the track. No American won this weekend in NASCAR. Yep. Daniel Suarez yesterday in the Xfinity Series. Now today, SVG, the pride of Auckland, New Zealand. And it's a smoke show. Look at this. Holy cow.
Excited about this win for Shane. It's been a good few weeks for Trackhouse too. His teammate comes up there and yesterday's winner.
There's Daniel Suarez. And how about this? Both Trackhouse drivers technically swept this weekend. Daniel Suarez, now SVG. I guess you could say that. But SVG's out of the car. Man, takes the helmet off.
Celebrate lunch with a winner in Mexico City. Party's down there for the celebration.
Welcome to the playoffs, Shane Van Gisbergen. The man from New Zealand delivers here in Mexico. You told me yesterday a win fixes our year, but you face...
Yep, the 88 car is back in victory lane.
Think about it, the travel issues, not feeling well before the race, and then the rain...
For the first time since Auto Club in 2020. It's been that long since the 88 went to victory lane. Wow.
Leaking out both holes. That wasn't fun, but thank you to Safety Culture, Trackhouse, Chevy, and ECREngines.com was amazing. Like I think the
60 laps led out of 100. 60%.
I've never heard a driver say, "Stop telling me to slow down." Was this maybe the best race car you've ever sat in?
it's certainly up there. I've been privileged to have some great ones in my time, but yeah, when I go slow, I just lose concentration. So I'm just trying to stay in a rhythm and a routine. And Stephen, they're doing a great job keeping me calm and focused. And man, that's epic.
We were hanging out this morning. You were texting your good friend Max Verstappen. You were texting Max Verstappen. Your talent.
Football.
Did he give you any tips that wound up helping?
Yeah, a little bit in the web.
SVG has the football. He's going to do it with the fans.
Hopefully it went well, and hopefully I get this thing over the fence.
All right, we'll see. We'll see if he can get the football over the fence. We saw it a few times in the Xfinity Series. And can he do it? It made the pick. It made it. That's a souvenir for that young fan. Lucky you. What a performance. What a dominant performance for the rookie driver SVG. But it's not surprising. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Yep, that's twice now that Stenhouse has been wrecked by Hocevar. Whew. Yep, that's twice now that Hocevar got into Stenhouse. And Stenhouse is not having it. As I kept saying multiple times before to Hocevar, it's not the Truck Series anymore. He's not in the Truck Series. And if he keeps doing that, he's going to get seriously hurt one day.
Smells like
But after that race, but after all that, I gotta say, what a spectacular first showing for NASCAR standards for the NASCAR Cup Series in the first race outside of the U.S., south of the border. And it definitely delivered with rookie driver SVG with his experience on the road courses because he was a supercars driver. So it's not surprising, but anytime SVG gets a win, I can always say, let SVG cook. And he sure did cook this race, leading 60 out of the 100 laps in this race. A dominant performance. Even though he was challenged at some points by Ty Gibbs, who pretty much had a career day as well. And at first, it looked as though Ty Gibbs was going to be in contention to win this race. WTF is a mile. That's probably what SVG's going right now since he won. But as I was saying, it looked as though it was going to be Ty Gibbs being in contention to win this thing at the end of this race. But close to the end of the race with less than 40 laps to go, he decided to stay out. And then the turning point of this race was when Carson Hocevar spun out and at the exit of turn 14, and he could not get his car restarted. And that drew the caution, and that sent Ty Gibbs back in traffic after taking pit stops. And when it looked like Ty Gibbs was going to have an advantage on tires since he pitted, he can only make up one position on the initial start, which was 9th. But after that, he just fell back to like a top 15 finish. Jeez. Once again, Ty Gibbs having a career day, just not enough to get that elusive first career win in the Cup Series. And especially early in the race, it was a bit chaotic with all the raindrops, with all the rain happening in the race. That was pretty chaotic. But man, you got to feel for Kyle Busch. You have got to feel for Kyle Busch. He just locked up his brakes going into the first corner, and the track was too slick. He just slid it into turn 1, in the words of Rick Allen, and too hard through 1! And too hard through 1! He plowed into AJ Allmendinger. Kyle Larson got in it. Zane Smith, Chase Briscoe got damaged as well. Man, you got to feel for Kyle Busch. And also, I don't know if you guys saw on Jet MDK's video, he did a post called Make the Call, and I predicted that someone will go too hard through 1 and SVG will win from the pole. And I pretty much called it. Here it is. Here's the comment that I said. Somebody will go too hard through 1, even though he didn't technically hit the barriers. But I guess that's a win, as you could say. And SVG wins from the pole. So I technically called it, as you can say. I technically called it. And how about a strong performance by Chase Elliott after starting in the 6th or the 11th spot, either 11th or 12th? Chase Elliott rounds out to a podium finish, 3rd place for Chase Elliott on the road course. We still need that one piece that we're missing to get those race wins. If the 9 team could put up some solid results like we saw today at Mexico, that 9 team could look dangerous in the postseason en route to a championship. But that's yet to be determined. But I'm hoping that Chase Elliott can perform those types of runs again, especially on the road courses and hopefully on the ovals soon, because that's the missing piece. We're just consistent, but we're just not winning. Hopefully we can win some races soon. But I'll just keep my fingers crossed on that. But the fun does not stop there, folks, because later on, in about an hour from now, I'll be doing reactions to the IndyCar race at Gateway that's happening in about an hour from now. But as for NASCAR reactions, congratulations to Shane Van Gisbergen getting his 2nd career win in the Cup Series, of course on a road course. Hopefully he improves on the ovals soon enough. But as for right now, congrats to SVG on winning NASCAR's first trip to Mexico City in the Cup Series. As next week we're off to the Tricky Triangle in Pocono, Pennsylvania, Pocono Raceway. As they call it, the Tricky Triangle. 3 different corners, 3 different straightaways. It's going to be tough for these drivers, especially with the shifting. So tune in next week for NASCAR reactions from Pocono Raceway. And as for a rating for this race at NASCAR Mexico City, it was a solid 8 out of 10. A 7.5 to 8 out of 10. It was in that range. It was decent at best. So that's what I got to say about that. But as of right now, until the IndyCar race comes on next time, it's been your boy Cito Brown. You all have a great rest of your afternoon, and I'll catch you guys in about an hour from now for IndyCar reactions at Gateway. But as for NASCAR reactions, tune in next week for Pocono reactions for the NASCAR Cup Series. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more live streaming content like this. So, until then, peace out, y'all.